Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Everfrost campaign. This is episode 3 of the campaign thus far. Everybody say hello. Give a warm welcome on this whole campaign.
Welcome back.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Hopefully the podcast upload went well again. Should be up on YouTube and on Spotify. So if you're watching on Spotify, check us out on YouTube. Watching us on YouTube, vice versa. It's under Just RollPlay. Also, we got some new channel art on our YouTube. Spotify's kind of weird with it, and so it's hard to view it. But if you check out the YouTube channel, we will have new art up. So, editing, DM Gabriel here. I wanted to do a little shout out and a mention to the artist that made our channel art. So it's at GracieSQ3 on TikTok and YouTube. Go over there, check out her stuff, support her stuff. It's amazing. Thank you to her for creating the channel art. Without her, we would not have any channel art. So thank you very much to her. Go back to the podcast. Go ahead and enjoy. Other than that, no other further announcements. We have a couple upcoming one-shots and such. Reminders, on the 4th of July, we'll be uploading Stars, Stripes, as well as 6 shooters. It's a 4th of July inspired patriotic campaign to honor this great country's victory in the World Cup and their eventual Gold Cup hoisting day, whenever they won it all.
Whenever we beat England on July 4th in Philadelphia.
Hey, we can all dream. Kids still believe in Santa Claus. Some adults still believe in the Dallas Cowboys. So, okay.
It's our year.
Other than that,
We're bringing our own.
let's get right back in to the Everfrost. Good afternoon, all, and welcome back to True Bride. Last we spoke, our band of merry adventurers continue the journey through the Frostspine tunnels, carving their way through the belly, throat, and mouth of the cavern before getting their first group exposure to the Everfrost's icy maw. Upon exiting the eye of the Frostspine tunnels, the group then made their way to Way Station 5, a refugee camp sunken deep into the hollows of the mountain around them, intended on aiding all those who seek to travel to the frigid lake town of Whitewake. After bumping heads with a few less than favorable figures, Calderon and Emmerich found themselves gambling with their very lives at stake, while the others, Yuki, Rowan, Gorag, as well as Kiname, searched for vestments to assist them on the rails onward. A night's rest and a morning scuffle vaulted the group onto a train into Whitewake. Only now, the train is much lighter and shorter than before. Welcome back to the Everfrost. And so, we return back on this windy cargo train, continuing ever forward into Whitewake along this frigid and arid tundra scattered around you. It's been 5 minutes since the commotion first started. A guard is rifling through, inspecting things, trying to get contact with people at the front, but just can't manage it. The train will arrive in Whitewake in roughly 20 minutes. All of you kind of ready yourselves for what lies ahead. And so, we'll start on the back of the train. The windy, cold air pierces into this stainless steel shipment cargo train that is less than suitable for any who sit inside. The wind blows your icy hair aside, Yuki. You kind of look around. You see various people kind of running and trying to push each other out of the way. A moving mass, almost, of people kind of swaying back and forth with this train as it rocks back and forth and as the actual physical blob moves with it. One of the train inspectors is frantically looking around people, his eyes wide and beady. He sprints his way to the back part of the actual train the wind is blowing in from.
So, how was the bathroom break, sir?
I'm not really too sure. I seem to have kind of blacked out a little bit for a little bit. I'm not really sure what happened, but seems that the carts are missing now. I don't really know what's going on.
I can't see anything from down here. Gorak, did you see anything?
Huh?
What happened out there?
Where?
The back of the train.
Oh. Me, and one other.
Gorak, from what you can recall, you kind of just have been sitting in the back at the very end of this train. You put up the group's cargo in the cargo bay at the very, very back. And you've been hanging around Yuki as well as Rowan for the time being before an icy gust broke through. You can, since you're a bit taller than everybody else, you can kind of see near the back of the train the door that appears open is exposed to a rushing, chilled wind and icy tundra.
Rowan's still in his kind of little drow form with the long white hair, and he's kind of just gonna go up to Gorag and just I don't really know. We just gotta kind of stay low until we make it to Whitewake, and we should be able to kind of break loose from there. You really don't know what happened?
No.
Okay. All right. Well.
It's freezing with the speed.
Yeah, we're lucky we're kind of going the other way. If it was kind of we were flying into it, I don't think we'd be able to make it out of here alive.
Do you have an extra blanket, sir?
Not that I know of. I usually travel pretty light. Try and just keep what's on me to keep warm. But yeah, I really don't have too much. I'm gonna take a lantern out of my bag and kind of just light it with a produced flame, and just hold the lantern and kind of give it to Yuki to
Just
hold
put
on
my
to.
hands on it.
Okay. The warmth is relieving, to say the least. The piercing wind is kind of creeping through your fingertips and it begins to warm as you press your hands closer to this metallic oil lamp. This new form that Rowan is holding and that he's maintaining at hands over you.
Can I look around and just see if people are giving me like weird looks or if they're kind of terrified or
For the most
what's
part,
happening?
there's just confusion amongst everybody.
Okay.
Nobody's particularly putting blame
Okay.
on a person, and they're kind of just looking around,
Yeah.
cold, firstly, and
Yeah.
confused as well.
Okay. There shouldn't be too much more time before we make it to Whitewake. Gosh, I don't really know. What are you guys looking to do in Whitewake? Any plans, big guy?
Not really. No.
Nothing at all. What made you go there in the first place? You tag along with us.
Nowhere else for correct to go, really.
How are you on that train in the first place?
Not by will. Taken by mean people.
Someone was able to take you?
Multiple.
That's still pretty impressive. I'm surprised they were able to hold you down. Even with multiple hands, you're a pretty big body. Hopefully, do you have any idea of who it was?
was S.
Yes. Syndicate? A
Yes.
syndicate? Mm.
Syndicate.
What do they want with you?
Gorag ran from Syndicate a while ago. They come back.
Well, what did they have you for?
Gorag don't know.
Oh. How long were you there?
Why?
Hmm. What do you know about the Everfrost? The snow, the storms.
Cold.
Yeah,
Hard to live.
very.
Mean people.
Hmm. What do you think makes everyone so mean?
People try to live own way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a lot of experience from that.
Everyone in the syndicate seems to be so power hungry.
What do you know about the Syndicate, little one?
Nothing about them personally, just from the few people I know from there. They don't care about any means of human life, as long as it means they themselves will gain more power, maybe even money.
It is a tough world to live in nowadays, especially in this area of Trubrai.
Do you know anything about this town we're headed to, sir?
Whitewake is it's a big trading hub. A lot of trains go kind of to and from there. They just hauling a lot of cargo, kind of like this train was, hauling a lot of people. It's one of the bigger cities, so a lot of people kind of seek shelter there. They have a lot more resources than other towns do, little ones, kind of like the encampment we were just at. That they don't have very many resources there, so it's pretty easy for people to just kind of die from a lack of resources, whether it's food or warmth. I mean, you can look at everyone here on this train. All these people are just getting there for as little as they can and hoping to find a way. People need work and people need food to survive, and I think Whitewake's kind of an opportunity for a lot of that.
Do they have better clothes? I'll point to him wearing long sleeves that are 4 times my size that look like literal bed sheets.
I'm not too sure on the specifics, but I would imagine with a city this size, they probably have someone that can figure out what you need and probably get something that's a little bit warmer for you.
I'm gonna go there.
I think that's not a bad idea. I'm pretty fit for this kind of stuff. We had a lot to do and traveling on the rails often, we kind of had to be prepared, so I'm not as cold as the average person probably is, but I tend to make do. As for that, I'm really just trying to find some answers here in Whitewake. I still have this note that we found in the cave. Well, I had it kind of beforehand. I was on a mission to kind of gather some of those owlbear eggs. But once I saw that owlbear kind of just defending its cub for its life, I just had to let it go. I couldn't bear to hurt nature in that way when it's on its last leg. So whoever this Mr. Avernus guy is may not be too happy, but I'm sure I can sort something out with him. So I may look for him and see if he has any answers.
I'm sorry for throwing his egg. I panicked back there. I've never seen such a beast before. But if there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Well, I really appreciate it. I don't fault you at all. Being out in the wild in the real world and seeing something that large and just crazed is not an easy thing to do. I've sure witnessed my fair share of beasts that are just freaks of nature out there.
There's more like that?
Oh, that's just the start of it, little one. That's why I'm trying to keep you safe.
Oh.
there's things 10 times the size of that we just saw.
10?
Yeah, I know. We don't want to run into anything like that now. Let alone, I don't know what took your train down. I remember the inspector saying something about seeing some shadows kind of on the rails.
Yeah, he said something about that, but I couldn't see out of the window, and I was kind of just hiding in the corner trying to stay calm.
Well, I mean, you crashed through a couple feet of icy dirt and rock and earth, and rails don't just do that. I don't have the most rail sort of experience. I'm not the best mechanic, but I know that rails don't just come crashing through the ground just on their own like that. So something big was after that train. Something that we probably need to figure out sooner rather than later, or it's going to be a problem for us, especially with me adventuring out as much as I have been. It's going to be hard to find work nowadays. It's only getting tougher and tougher with every day that goes on. Less and less crops and livestock to keep people fed. We got to figure out a way to stop this.
The wind continues on. The guards, more than anything, try to find a reason. Gorag, you can kind of see some people looking down towards the actual clamp that keeps the two train pieces together. Inspecting it is a man there with a large notepad that's on this clipboard. He begins jotting down stuff. He's peering down, kind of tucking in whenever he writes to avoid the cold. Some guards talk and question to the people that are kind of closer to the actual door. All of them kind of have a similar reaction, though. It seems nobody really knows what happened or what's going on. So, the next 20 minutes or so pass by. And as they kind of do, would you guys like to do anything during this little 20-minute stint?
Yes. Yeah. I would like to ask any of the train guards in my area if they know what happened in the back.
Okay. You kind of saw some of this commotion happen. There was guards running between different parts of the train, communicating with one another, and the common story from what you hear is that the back of the train decoupled from the rest of it. From what you can tell, it's of dire importance right now. And so you kind of reach out to the nearest train personnel next to you. It's this rather stout kind of halfling man, and he has this brisk mustache that's covered up by this large furred hood that goes over him. It's kind of like the sun-kissed tanned brown that droops over his entire body.
Hello. I'd like to inquire about the last inspection this train has been over.
He looks over to you, and you're sitting down, and he's standing up, and you guys are roughly the same height. And he kind of peers over, and he picks up, he has these two large brass goggles that he has on, and he picks them up, and he looks over to you, and you see that there's like blackened kind of soot that runs around where the goggles were. And he begins speaking with you. Do you understand Halfling? He doesn't understand you very well.
I try saying a phrase in Orc, a language I do speak.
Okay. You kind of start to do your best attempt at speaking Orc, kind of communicating with him. And he looks towards you, and his eyes kind of squint at you, and he leans backwards, and he puts the goggles back on. He then begins to continue onwards.
Language barrier.
No. I'm just as lost as you are.
Okay. Just in case.
And so you're kind of in the front caboose part where like the higher class stuff is. So there's other railway workers You see some people that are kind of surrounded by guards standing a foot next to them, and near you, Emmerich are actually at the actual front part of the train. He has to be separated at this time.
I just want to take in my surroundings. Does anyone look high profile or noteworthy in this part where I'm at?
You can roll perception.
17.
17. The most noteworthy figure is one that's been standing in the front this entire time. It's the same man with the exceptionally thin robe adorned over his head, which you saw previously was bald with some strange insignia on it. And he has this kind of metallic blue orb that he holds between both of his hands, one on top, one clasped onto the bottom, securely fastening it towards his chest. He has his eyes closed. You kind of peer out towards him, and you see that the ball swirls this kind of misty, cloudy form on the inside. And every once in a while he'll switch hands. He has his eyes closed, and he's just in trance.
I wonder if I should approach. Let me take a closer look. Does this person seem like... does he belong to an organization based off who he's wearing? Would I recognize any of that?
Not necessarily, no. I'll tell you what, you can go ahead and roll wisdom for this. Make one of your wisdom throws. Because you may remember it.
15.
15. You begin to think back towards this strange insignia that's on his head. You recall a time a while ago of a field manual or field guide that contains various signs in this booklet during inspector training and during training time. The symbol doesn't look familiar to you. It had nothing to do with anything regarding your training. Most of the training markings were train markings, sign markings, as well as various faction and group markings regarding trade, outposts, that kind of stuff. There's no resemblance to any of those.
Interesting fellow. They didn't cover that signal in the handbook. No, I don't want to make a move. I think I'll just stay here for now. Just maybe keep an eye on him.
Okay. So you guys all just wait until Whitewake. The train bellows across this icy landscape. 10 minutes or so pass when all of you kind of see the masses in your various cabins beginning to look outwards towards the right side of the train, which would be more towards the western mountains. And all of you kind of look up, peer over, and shoot your eyes out of the actual train, and you see in the distance there's a rumbling of snow powder that's kind of kicked up maybe a mile or two out. And as you kind of look closer, you see large tusked beasts roaming along this frigid tundra. They have, from what you can tell, white coats, but from what you know, it's probably just coated in the snow. The actual animal has to be at least a height and a half of the train tall, and its tusks jut outwards maybe 8 feet or so. You count roughly 30 of them all wandering together, and they begin slowly walking their way across this winter landscape.
Would Rowan know what they are?
Go to roll nature with advantage.
Okay. Can I give myself guidance?
Yeah.
Sweet. 9. Actually, I
9?
think that's an 8. 9.
9. Okay. From your various days in the field, as well as courses and teachings and such from your higher ups, you can identify that these are mammoths of some sort.
Gonna look to Yuki. Look out there. See? Those are some pretty big beasts of burden.
We'll start jumping up.
Okay. You can, as you jump up, your eyes kind of crest over the actual metal barricade to where you can see it every time you like reach the apex of your jump.
Yeah.
Up and down.
They're called mammoths. They're pretty similar to what we saw in that cave. Pretty big. Creatures like that just roam the earth. Some of them are nice. Some of them are a little bit more aggressive. As far as I remember, those mammoths probably won't mess with you until you mess with them, unless they're trying to protect something.
How do you know so much about whether they're good or bad?
It's just kind of how we grew up. More in the nature and just kind of living with things. The more you figure out, the more you spend time around them, and other people that I knew spent time around them, and they taught me these things.
Sounds like you have a lot of experience.
Not as much as I need, but I've been there. I've done some training for sure, but I've still got a lot to work on for sure.
How could someone ever hope to take out a beast like that?
I mean, just years and years of practice, pretty much, or just trial after trial. I mean, look at you. You've hardly trained a day in your life, but you can shoot fire beams from your hands. So just imagine what you could do with a little bit of knowledge of your powers, you know?
How does one get knowledge of their power?
For magic, kind of along your lines, it's different for everybody. For me, I learned it, and by kind of tapping into nature, I was able to find a little bit of magical essence inside of life. For some people, they have to learn it, and for other people, they're born with it. Other people, it's given by a god of some kind. I imagine either you were born with it, or there's probably some divine deity looking over you that you just haven't encountered yet, given your little knowledge of what you can do. So
Someone is looking over me?
maybe several years ago, before you and I were born, gods kind of ruled over this, and they created it. And some of them find patrons to grant powers, and that could be you, maybe. I don't know. Some people worship them, and other people fear them, and some work for the good of the world, and others for evil. At least what I consider evil. And
Korak, how do you get your powers?
Work.
what kind of work?
Lifting heavy things. Swinging hammers.
Is that your magic?
Magic?
Gorag doesn't use magic.
Oh.
He's just very physically gifted, and he's... Did you do any specific work, like on the rail lines, or...
We swing hammer to put spike in the ground for metal rail.
Yeah. So, these rails that we're traveling on right now, he helped probably, just build them. And through years of doing it, or however long he's done it, he's grown pretty strong. I mean, look at the size of him.
Do I have that kind of strength? I want to flex
No.
my 90-pound body. Just skin and bones.
I don't know. Why don't we try it? This is the thing I learned through the camps that the assembly kind of sent us to, and it's called arm wrestling. So, Gorag, you know how to arm wrestle?
Yes?
Yes.
All right. Yuki, you'll put your hand up like this, and Gorag's gonna grab it, and you're gonna see who can touch the other's arm to the ground first.
So you guys agree on this strength contest?
Yes.
Okay.
While this is going on, I'm gonna reach down and touch Yuki and give him guidance.
Okay.
So you can add one of these to your roll.
You guys both. So Gorag has to like lay down all the way on his stomach. Yuki kind of just like.
Definitely is not room for this.
Yuki kind of just like bends down over on one knee, kind of puts his hand down onto the cold metal grate beneath you guys. Go ahead and both roll strength.
+4.
Oh.
It's a 22.
Okay. 5. Pretty lightning quick. Gorag's able to grab Yuki. Yuki, your hand like fits in his palm, and as he throws your arm downwards, he stops it right before it reaches the metal grate beneath you, and it happens in an instant.
Finally, Rowan's gonna drop his form and kind of return back to his normal. And you couldn't even hold back a little bit, big guy.
Huh?
Never mind. Well, Yuki, you see, when you train for a lot longer time, it just kind of comes more naturally. If you want to be that strong, you're just gonna have to work at it. It takes time. Nothing comes easy like that.
It's not fair.
Now that the mammoths have kind of gotten out of eye view distance, a much more grim sight takes hold. Once again, the crowd settles down and begins to rise up. They begin to talk with one another as they peer out of both sides of the train looking forwards. Out of all of you, the best that you can see is a large stone wall. Around you, on the ground, the wind blows back, and you can see the rail itself is etched and slated clear into an icy, frozen lake that Whitewake was built on. You look down and you see in the distance there's some people on the outskirts of the town. They have these rather large sleds of sorts, towed along by these large white mares that have large coats over them. And these people are picking at the ice, chiseling it out, and shaping it up into rather large cubes. And you look kind of closer at the wall, and you see that there's this kind of harsh and rigid abstract texture to it, as the wall itself is constructed of ice. You guys coast along furthermore into Whitewake. A sharp and shrill screech as the brakes pull back and it halts the train and slows it down ever more.
Never gets old.
Eventually, you all coast slowly to the icy barriers of Whitewake. You can see there's a few guards standing up and above the actual wall outpost there. Not dressed uniformly. Some of them carrying small bows, others mounting on these rather kind of crudely made mounted crossbows. And they kind of look down towards the train as you guys slowly but surely roll in down White. The train skids to a halt, and as it does, the train whistle signals, and all the doors open up and slide out. Before you guys step out, there is an all call towards the back of the train, and the very end, what the new caboose is now, a man steps out. It's the same one with a clipboard, and he looks at each of you, and he kind of steps, and he elegantly walks He has these large, rounded glasses, kind of slicked back, grayish hair, and this purplish skin. And as he does, he kind of peers up and skims about the rest of you guys inside the cart. And he says, "Rather unfortunate what happened on the way here. All the less, can I have everybody please line up in a single file line? Or approach me as civilized as you know."
Alright, let's line up. Well, just kind of, I'll follow, just kind of into everyone else's line. Not in the middle, or not in the back, not in the front.
Yeah, you guys kind of follow the group. As that's happening towards the front of the train, you guys are ushered out. There's some train personnel kind of standing on the side. They have the doors open, and they're kind of standing next to it, motioning people outside of the actual train. So, Emmerich as well as Calderon, you guys are able to step out pretty freely. After the line kind of dies down, the man looks down at you, Yuki, as well as Rowan. He's relatively tall compared to the rest of the people around him. And he's just a bit shorter than you, Gorag. And he looks at each of you and goes, "State your names."
Rowan.
He peels back one of the pieces of paper. He grabs one of his pencils and he crosses something off of the list. And then he looks up one more time at you, Yuki.
Yuki.
He looks down and he peels back a page, and you see him jot something down and then scratch it. And then he looks up at you, Gorag.
Gorag.
Rather unsightly
Never gets
beast,
old.
but he crosses you off as well. And he goes, "Next!" He motions you guys aside.
Alright, let's try and find the inspector and the cyborg looking dude. Let's hurry off and kind of work our way towards the front, guys.
And so, all of you are able to meet up with each other towards the middle of the train. Now that you all are grouped together, the first thing that you notice is the wasteland that is the main road. Passerbys that are not securely fastened in carriages or closely guarded by others simply do not exist on these streets. The occasional person is seen darting from side to side along this market side road. The actual railway shoots clear out on both sides of you guys. It didn't stop at an end point. It continues on furthermore into Whitewake. And in front of you is a long strip of tents and herds of people gathered around fire pits, oil lamps, dozens of them, scattered about variously throughout the streets. There's dozens of these pods, and they pack this perilous path. It kind of stretches seamlessly onwards, opening up into the vastness that is Whitewake. The small figure's hat is brushed aside by a coddling of people kind of pushing closer inward towards a campfire, and his hat gets jotted up from the icy wind. It's propelled into this icy kind of late day sky, and it takes off and flies before getting smothered by a stack of smoke, like hollow pillars or columns of dark soot that extend their fingers upwards towards this man's hat, grabs it, and clenches it. Before the pillar itself kind of sways and kneels before the Everfrost breath. Rowan, Yuki, Calderon, Gorag, Emmerich. Welcome to Whitewake.
Thanks for having us.
So, the closest things that you see is these groups of people around this fireplace. Yuki, it is beyond freezing here. Your hands and your feet begin to go numb within seconds of stepping out of this train. Anybody that's not resistant to this cold or that isn't wearing rather heavy winter gear is also going cold very quickly.
Well, I think first order of business is getting the little one here a little bit more sustainable clothes so he don't freeze to death.
I would say that's fair.
Is there any like kind of train-ish figures like standing about like almost like you'd imagine like a taxi cab kind of person would outside of a plane?
There's some people that there's people from the train that just arrived. Most of them are kind of packed towards the back of the train where the train decoupled itself. The rest of the people, there's maybe 5 or 6 kind of scattered about along the train tracks, inspecting the various parts of the train. And then there's one that makes its way towards, it's almost this small office, kind of like window, that's shaped up tightly packed against this large wooden beam.
I'll make my way up to the office window guy.
Okay.
Person.
He's looking down and he's talking with this small, stout halfling in front of you. Has this sun-kissed kind of clothes on. You approach them, and unless you speak halfling, it's pretty hard to understand them.
I'll just wait until they're done speaking and then try and talk to the guy behind the window.
Okay. He kind of looks past you, and he waves goodbye, and he says what you assume is goodbye, and whatever dialect you're speaking in as you approach. He looks down at you and he says, "Well, hello there." And it's this. He has this kind of flurred orange mustache, with this like pretty tightly pressed, rather nice long kind of red like coat and robe that dresses over him, with this golden pennant in the middle. He looks down. He has some rather curly blonde hair. Kind of stretches back. He has a little bit of a just slightly receding hairline. And his face is showing its age.
Hello, sir. I'm new to town and maybe kind of came through once or twice before, but never been a long-term resident. Is there anywhere that I could find sort of a town map or something to just give me the gist of the layout, anything like that, the ins and outs of the town?
The best bet around this area is to rather find the town guide more than anything. I recommend stopping at Moe's here in Whitewake. It's the local tavern. It'll have most things that you need and people that you may greet as well.
How do I get there from here?
If you just points past you, go all the way down to the very end of the train tracks, you'll see a large sign that has an M and an O together.
Oh, okay.
That's Moe's.
Thank you kindly.
And
I'll just make my way back to the group of people, my comrades.
he said right before you take off, he says, "Oh, just one more thing." And kind of around, he says, "I can't help but notice. Are you guys?" And he looks at you, but you guys are kind of like maybe 20 or so feet away. Are you with them?
Somewhat, kind of unlikely allies for now.
The small one looks rather cold. We have leftover and missing, like lost and found stuff. If you would like any of it.
Oh, please, yeah, anything.
And he reaches back, and it's kind of weird how it's kind of set up. It's a barred, like gate, or it's a barred kind of window that he's looking to and talking through. And he reaches down and he grabs this ginormous winter coat, and he has a key, and he wrestles through his pocket and he pulls out this long band of keys, and you flush filtering through them, and he grabs one, and he inserts the key into a keyhole, and he slides the actual bars open, and he creaks, and as he does, it kind of it's kind of hard to give away as the ice kind of breaks at the actual joints of this cage, and he extends it out to you, and he goes, if you guys are ever in need of anything regarding warmth or food or anything like that, come stop by the Flames Creed Church. We're having a meeting tonight for anybody that's new, and there you can find more information about us as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you kindly.
And he pushes his hand down. He goes, Darian,
Yeah. Rowan, pleasure to meet you.
nice to meet you. And he smiles at you and he goes, be on your way.
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna just head back to the group and first kind of throw the coat off to Yuki. There you go, little one. That should do the trick
How big is it
for a little bit.
on me?
It would fit Gorag quite snug.
So it's like touching the ground.
Yeah.
Touching the ground.
It's
Dancing on it.
yeah. You look like an animate. Like you look like if a cloak kind of came to life, sort of walking around in its own.
Okay. I'm still just gonna like have super wide eyes and just like my arms just right on it.
Good.
Just like don't even say any word, just like visibly so happy to receive clothes.
You put it on, and you can probably fit 2 arms lengths. Probably fit 2 of your arms lengths in one of the actual arms. So you kind of roll it up the best you can to where your hands are a little bit free.
Well,
Put the hood up, like cover my mouth and just breathe a little heavy.
If you put the hood all the way up, it'll flop over you to your actual chin, like all the way down. So you kind of rustle it back to where you can see.
well, good friend Darian there told us to go to Moe's. It's a tavern, so I'll kind of just point towards the direction and what exactly is everyone's game plan here? What are we doing here? Because as far as I know, it's pretty urgent. I get back to working, so
Same here. I got another train to make. I got no runs.
all right.
Pretty well off money wise. I need to figure out how I ended up hospitalized. So I plan to go back to the hospital here, get a more detailed report other than just head trauma.
All right. Well, about what is it? So it's probably like 9 or 10 in the morning right now.
It's in like the later hours of the
Okay.
evening, yeah, of the day.
Of the evening?
The day.
Okay.
So it's more like 2 or 3.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure we could maybe stop in the tavern, maybe grab a bite to eat, and maybe talk about what we can do from there. Because I don't really know where we go from here at this point. So I'll just kind of lead the way towards the directions that Derry gave me and head towards Moe's.
Okay. Yuki, where did you get that robe?
The one I just
Yeah.
received. This man just gave it to me.
The guy inside the office, named Derry, said they had a bunch of lost and found. Told us to head over to one of the churches in town. They said they have anything from food to shelter to warmth. So if we need anything like that, y'all are interested, you can always go there. There's some kind of flame church. I'm not too sure.
Sounds helpful. They might have a tailor as well. Can't have your coat dragging around on the ground now, can we?
It doesn't look so good on me. And I'll put my arms out and it's like the sleeves come out and it's like literally like a foot off from my hand, like just hanging out.
Well, before the frost, there was a fashion district. I think you would have thrived there.
Oh,
It looks good.
thank you. It feels good.
I bet. And you must have been cold.
Freezing. I'm used to it being cold, but not this kind of wind.
Well, coat or not, it's pretty cold out. We should find a tavern. If not for food, at least a little toasty.
I agree. I'll kind of just start heading that way. Y'all can follow me or be to your own devices.
Heading there. If it happens, we come across the hospital, though, on the way there. I'm getting to business.
Alright.
So you guys venture forth onto Moe's.
Yep.
Okay. Moe's is just a short minute walk away from you guys. The thing that takes the most time isn't the distance, but rather fighting against the wind to get there. The wind is ever increasing as you kind of step into the open pathways. You can see why there's not very many people that are just on the road milling about. You pass by dozens of people that are clumped around one campfire, kind of pressing their hands towards it. Each of them kind of varying in height, but all tattered in these, anything they could find to make themselves warm. You make your way maybe 30 seconds away from Moe's when you see some figures around the corner. There's 3 in total, and they're each adorned in this quite beautiful bronze and reddish armor. They walk with great eloquence down the street, which is vastly different than everybody else, and they definitely don't look like they would walk eloquently either. Their scales are tinted to the same shade as their armor. They each stand at a rather large stature, and as they walk, the kind of cold and snow around them that would touch them melts before reaching them in the water. Also kind of dissipates before it gets close. And they walk towards these groups of people, kind of scatter, and they begin approaching these groups on the side. They look down towards, and they kind of mill a path between the people, and look down towards the fires. And some of them either breathe it or form it from their hands and relight or rekindle the flames in front of these people and begin speaking with them as well. So they passed by. One of them kind of tried to glance at you guys and had a rather toothy grin, and he kind of smiles at you and he waves and he extends his hands out towards you guys and goes, "Hello. If you need anything, come to the Flames Creed Church later today. It's pretty impossible to miss. Warmest place in all of Whitewake."
Thank you.
He steps by you guys and begins walking, and his armor kind of clanks as it does as he walks behind you guys. Gets him out of earshot and eye-shot distance. Eventually, you open up the front door to Moe's, and as you step in, the wind begins to die down. Now you're in this tavern. So you kind of look around the place. There's various tables set up and dawdled around. It's pretty tightly packed in here. There's people eating food, drinking ale, and kind of just getting warm. Mo, or one of the workers here, is standing at the door side. It's this large, this like orcish woman who has a slight underbite with some teeth jutting out, and she's rather large compared to each of you guys. And she has her arms kind of crossed like this, and she pulls out a large leather bag from her waist side. She opens up and she goes, "You need to pay the entry fee before you get in here."
Yeah, these places usually have an entry fee. I figured. I mean, there are people outside. So yeah. How much?
It'll be 1 gold for each of you.
I've got it covered, everyone.
I'm gonna look to
I
her
hope
and say,
so.
I'm gonna look to her and say in Orcish, ma'am, we're new to town and you just need to let us in. I think we got a little one here who's darn about freezing to death.
I also speak Orcish.
Okay, so you pick this up.
As desperate as we are, I do have some spare gold and would love to support a local business. I'll be paying for everyone.
She
Well.
speaks back in Orcish. She goes, "Quite smart of you." And she peels the bag open. looks at you and she goes, "A lot of people freezing out there, so."
I understand. Just trying to do what we can to make it through another day.
So it would be all of you guys +1 for Nate's character. He's there, but not there. So it
He's
would
playing
be.
music.
So you extend 6 gold pieces out there and you drop into the bag. It kind of clatters as it hits with the other pieces of gold. She ties it back and she puts it on your waist. You now see as you pass by on your left side, there's a rather large and crudely made battle axe that she kind of has just like attached to her hip. There's a large chip in one end of it, and you see some red specks that are kind of coated along the actual wooden part. So, after you guys have entered into Moe's, you are able to see the rest of this area. On the far side wall, there's a large U-shaped bar where there's a man, this small figure dashing between people. From what you can see, the bar's quite tightly packed, and the rest of the tables and chairs are also pretty well filled. People talking with each other. They have better things that they wear rather than the people outside. They look a little bit more well off. You guys kind of look around and what would you like to do?
I gotta meet this Mo guy. The place is his namesake.
Well, I'll let you do it. I'm gonna go. I'll find us a table and kind of get us situated. I'm kind of gonna walk around and kind of find maybe a job board somewhere and kind of just pull out a piece of paper from my backpack. Just kind of states a guidance, sort of escort job looking thing, and kind of just stamp it to the board. Then just go find another table, just kind of big enough for the 6 of us, and sit down and order an ale and just kind of wait for everyone to do what they need to do.
Okay.
Meanwhile, on my quest to meet Mo, I take a little unorthodox approach. I go up to a random table, with an assortment of people, and ask, "Excuse me, do any of you happen to know Mo?"
You just go up to a random table.
Yes.
Okay. You kind of look towards. It's the tables innately have 8 seats around them. This one has 3 extra chairs pulled up to this one. There's a group of 11 that are all kind of merrily talking with each other. They look like they speak as if they know each other, and they all begin to kind of clamor about and kind of shoot glances at each other. And one of them smiles, and you see kind of woozily stands up, and he goes. He has this like long red beard and very tightly knit red braids extending backwards into one long ponytail. And he stands up and he looks at you and he goes, "I tell you what, me and Mo go way back." And he kind of extends his chest out towards you, and his arms kind of dangle to the sides.
Well, that's great. Where can I find Mo?
He's the figure behind the bar. And the man next to him is a very fat man. His belly kind of rests on the actual table, and he has a large turkey leg in his hand. And he takes a large bite out of it, and he goes, "Mo cooks the best food in all of Whitewake. I'm one to tell."
I bet, big man. Well, I should probably meet the man behind the food.
And so the drunken man kind of sits back down. He starts to hold his head, and they all begin to chat once more to each other.
Okay. Well, I should probably go meet Mr. Mo. Actually, it could be useful. A good barkeep might remember me. Pre-injury.
Okay, so you want to go and speak with him now?
Yeah.
Okay. You walk over to the bar. There's just one empty seat that was just opened up as a. There's this couple that was sitting there, and the woman stands up and she turns around and she looks towards the man, and she goes, "I can't believe you!" She slaps the man sitting next to him, and she walks out of the bar and storms out into this icy wind. And the man kind of looks backwards. And you see he's very, very drunk, and he grabs one of his multiple beers he has in front of him that he's not finished any of, and he begins drinking it.
Kind of look to the other people nearby. Like, you seeing this?
The other people are kind of not necessarily paying super attention to it. Everybody here is kind of just enjoying the time that they have indoors in warmth.
Looks like everyone's occupied. All right.
Take
Do I
it.
see Mo?
You see what you assume is Mo. It's a stout dwarven man with slicked over black hair. And he has this large black beard that's matching with it. He has this olive green short sleeve shirt that has a large kind of like cut on the left side of it that exposes some of his arm. And he has these black suspenders that come down to his brown hands. And he's assorting through different beers and looking towards this door where people are coming in and out of with various plates and bowls of hot dishes.
It's gotta be Mo. Excuse me, sir. You wouldn't happen to be Mo, would you?
He's filling up a large, like, and for him, a large cup and a mug of beer, and he kind of looks over to you, and he goes, it's you! You are...
Inspector Vale. Don't worry, I'm not a cop.
The name rings a bell of sorts, and he begins walking away, and he slams the beer down on one end of the table, and he slides it all the way clear across 3 or 4 people before landing right in front of this like another drunken man sitting at the table.
Wow, that was tough.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, I'm not here for any inspection or anything. I'm just wondering, you said the name rang a bell. I got in a workplace injury. I don't remember much about myself.
Is it with the syndicate, or is it with the realms?
Syndicate for this one. Although, I've done contracts for other groups.
Good luck getting compensation for that one, then.
Right? Oh. I had to use some of my travel fee. Can you believe it? Some of my travel money just to pay medical expenses? Unbelievable.
That is just the worst. What do you want?
Oh, right. I'm a man of refined taste. Do you have any wine stored?
I'm afraid not. The imports have been quite scarce this time of the month.
Preach it.
And so we just have what's on tap today.
All right. Well, give me your favorite, Mo. I mean, it is your namesake.
Are you a drinker or are you a sipper?
I'm a bibber. Not much of a big chug person. No, not me. I'm sensitive to alcohol. It makes my cheeks all red, and then I get sick.
I'll give you my favorite then. Walks over and he grabs one of the kegs, and you see that he slides it out and he places it onto the ground. He kind of rolls it aside and he grabs one that's sitting behind it and he scrapes the actual wood that's beneath it as he pulls out a new one. He pops the actual dispenser into it, and on the front it says Stonesman on it, and it has this. It's like a half-flipped face of a dwarven figure with a horned helmet and a large beard draping down. And he gets one of his. He gets a smaller metal cup, kind of fits in his hand, and he pours up a cup of it. He brings it over to you. And he goes, "That'll be 1 silver piece today."
Make it 2 silver.
Hold on. Thank you.
Of course, anything for Big Mo. Now for the taste test.
You take a sip. Go to your constitution.
Wow, that's certainly something. Oh man, 19.
Okay, and then you kind of like as he was pouring it, people are looking at him and they're looking over at the only person without a drink, and they kind of look to the person next to him with wide eyes, and you take a sip of it, and it's as if somebody stabbed your tongue. It's the sharpest and most bitter tasting ale you've ever had. Nothing, no health effects, but definitely doesn't taste the greatest.
Give it a good old punch in your gut, didn't it?
Yeah, some interesting hooch you got here. Well, look, I'm with my buddies, but this time has been invaluable. Expect a new regular here, if I haven't been here already. Catch you later, Mo. I kind of turn away and take my cup with me to my buddies. Well, not my buddies, but people I'm familiar with.
Okay. Ron, you're able to find. You kind of had to wait for a little bit for some of the tables to clear up. The rather large group that were all sitting together in a corner. They had various sheets of paper kind of strewn about. They had some, from what you could kind of see, they had some maps, and they were each pointing to it, and each of them just had mostly food, but some of them had some drinks, and they were discussing with each other about something regarding this map. And they eventually stood up, grabbed everything. Some of them kind of grabbed each other's hands and gave each other a good Shirley hug, and they all left.
Alright, yeah, I'll just kind of pull out one of the chairs that I can see most of the tavern from and just kind of take a seat down and just, again, wait for him to kind of do that. And as he makes his way, if anyone else has anything to do it.
Can I look for like a map of the place or like a place to find shops and what else here?
A map of like Whitewake, or actually go ahead and roll perception for me.
I should. It's like 15. 16.
16. There's no map of Whitewake necessarily, but from what you can infer, Whitewake isn't necessarily a set in stone kind of place. Things change, shops move, that kind of stuff. And so a map would be kind of hard to come by, unless it was kind of like a city map or something made by the city. So, no map. All of you converse to this one table. You kind of sitting how you guys are right now. You left there's an empty seat next to you. One is you guys kind of make a half moon shape, extending out with two empty seats there. Guys are kind of all sitting around, and there's a small piece of paper in the center of the table, which you presume is the menu.
Well, how's the ale?
It was really good. Would anyone like to try it?
No, let the wine. Let the wine season.
Oh, this is right up Gorag's alley. I think I'll give it to him.
Gorag, you can take a sip of the Stonesman. Go ahead and roll Constitution for me.
Gorag seems like someone with a refined palate.
I think he can handle it.
That's an 8.
You take a sip of it, and it is once more the most bitter tasting alcohol, and it stings the back of your throat as it kind of simmer down. And you've never felt this before. You can feel it travel the entire way through your digestive tract, clear into your stomach the entire way down. It's as if it's burning something the entire way down.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Not a fan. Well, that's one like, one dislike. Would anyone else want to try it?
I'll be the tiebreaker.
All right, yeah.
I'll leave it to. I'll leave it to.
Down it a little bit.
You down it?
No,
Down
no,
it.
down it. That's why I said a little bit.
Okay, so you take a kind of sip of it. You also go ahead and roll Constitution for it.
2.
2.
All right, let's see how Emmerich likes it.
Okay. You take a sip, and as you do, as you take a sip of it, it kind of you take a little bit more of a sip than you intended to. The cup kind of tilted back at an uneasy way, with the kind of tables kind of shaped weird, and you get like maybe half a shot down your throat in one go, and it is it's a sharp burning, like you swallowed a hot coal all the way down your throat and down your chest, and you feel it kind of sit in your stomach. As you do, you begin to kind of blink once or twice anymore, and you'll become drunk.
You gotta. Sorry, that one. I think I took damage on the way down.
Yeah.
You got a stronger palate than I.
Well,
I'll hand the cup back.
maybe I was a good drinker pre-injury. I don't know. Well, we should probably get something to eat, something of sustenance. And maybe that's why it hit hard.
Maybe.
Let's look at the menu.
I can just have that for dinner if that's okay.
Have what? This drink?
This.
Not very filling. Would you say, guys?
Not
Was
really, I felt more leave than it come.
Yeah.
He could maybe be your second good vote though.
Nope.
They used to give us ale for dinner.
Yeah, this probably.
See,
Who's they?
Yeah, who is they?
The people I used to live with. They weren't very rich.
Do you live with like an
They gave you
orphanage
ale for
or?
dinner?
Oh, just the workers.
Well, you got some childhood trauma or whatever. We can. Never mind. That's a bit insensitive of me. Let me look at the menu.
okay, so you see that there's a couple different options under. There's one option for menu. There's one option for drinks. A lot of the menu is crossed out. Some of it that's still readable. There's Moe's Choice, potato stew, a lamb of potatoes, and then the drinks is Felix's Fix, Round Table Tea, and Stonesman's.
I could go for some tea right now. Seems a
the
little
bread I
bit,
had from earlier and just eat it.
seems a little bit easier on the palate than whatever you seem to have ordered there.
I'll have to agree with there. Oh,
Moe's Choice meal.
You're gonna get Moe's Choice. Okay. So what you can kind of see is some other people that kind of came in at a similar time that you, maybe right before you guys came in, are all writing something down on a piece of paper, and they're walking up to the actual like tavern bar and handing it to them.
Looks like we gotta write down our meal choices and give it to Moe himself.
Alright, well,
I'll take the orders, I
you
guess.
seem pretty versed.
All right. What would you like?
probably most choice. Something at least and some tea, please.
Okay, Moe's Choice plus tea.
I say we just do tea and Moe's for the table.
Yeah. Any objections?
You might need two.
I already have dinner, sir. I'll just pull out my half-eaten bread.
We are living.
Let's get him something to eat.
We'll get you dessert. How about that? I write down Moe's Choice anyway.
Okay.
Can I get two most?
Yeah, and an extra for Gorak. Okay, so that's
No,
about
so
Sorry. Wait,
Seven.
Gordon got past the food.
8.
Got past the food.
So that'll
All
be
you mentioned
7.
was chicken
7.
wire on Greg's.
7.
and with the teas.
7 Moe's Choice.
So
6
that'll
tea.
be,
Unless
from what
they're
you can see on it, it's either 19 copper or 1 silver and 9 copper, right?
Okay.
2 silver.
Pennies going.
Per person?
For everything.
For everything. Wow. Okay, I guess the entry fee covered a lot of the,
Good job.
maybe the upcharging.
It really
Okay.
did.
Well, I'll go take this slip.
I'll cover it tonight. Here you go. There's 2 silver.
Look at this guy. What do we say, everyone?
Thank you.
Thank.
Yeah,
No
I'm
problem.
with
I don't
Gorak,
know
thanks.
why it's just-
Okay, I take the slip up to Mo and... Alright, Mo, let's get these meals ready. We're at that table over there.
Okay. He grabs the paper from you, and he reads it, and he goes, "Oh,
You sure you got the stomach for that?
Oh, it's your choice.
he takes it, and he,
Are you with that group over there in the corner?
and he points to all you guys.
Yeah. They're not doing me the best reputation. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yes, I'm with them.
Scorching rain. Okay. Fireball.
Okay. That'll be maybe 19 copper. 1
Let's
silver.
make it 1 silver. I
2
slide a silver.
2
or-
silver.
Let's make it 2 silver. And I slide
That's not
with
too bad.
my index and middle finger 2 pieces of silver.
Thank you. And he grabs it, and you see on his left waist, there's 4 different kind of metal spools, and he plinks one up, and a copper coin flies up to like his shoulder, and he grabs it midair, and he slides it over to you.
That was tough.
Oh, please, I insist. Keep it.
Thank you. Of course. Brings it back down, and he loads it back in. And he turns around, and he walks through the back door, and he You can see him walk back out with no paper in his hand and begins filling up the various drinks.
Well, what are we in town for, everyone? It kind of was lonely on the train. Maybe I should have gone in the back cart. What do we think?
Well, we had a bit of commotion back there, but nothing too crazy. It was just a little crowded, not for the claustrophobic at all. Yeah, someone derailed some of the storage carts. Not really too sure. None of us got too good of a glance at what happened. Kind of blacked
Anyone's
out for a little
cargo
bit.
left behind?
I carried everything I have on my back.
Me too.
As do I.
Glad we're of the carry-on variety. Well, it's a shame. I've kind of... You guys are the first people I met post-injury, so... I don't know much about my family. Actually, I know nothing about my family. So, thanks for being my post-traumatic family, I guess, after my head injury. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah. I guess that should leads us to topic probably number one is kind of what are we? I don't know. I mean,
Wow.
just kind of unlikely allies for the time being.
Did that make you the grandpa?
Me, the grandpa.
Let's call it that.
I'm like 34.
34.
That's double my age.
Damn,
You didn't
double
have to-
your
No,
age.
you didn't have to say that. Look, actually, my injury report didn't give me an exact age. But yeah, actually, want to check on the injury? Kind of gesture towards the bandages on my head.
Okay. You want to just like peel it back or what?
Yeah, let's see. All right.
Okay.
How does it look, guys? Does it heal?
No.
There's a. It's just like a kind of matted, blooded kind of mess that's kind of like caked into his hair under the bandage. As the bandage kind of peels up, the hair kind of peels with it. This weird kind of nasty, sticky substance that is there to kind of, as like the scab is forming and the wound is forming over his head.
That's pretty nasty.
Have you not gotten that looked at? I feel like keeping the hair and it allowing to get in the wound is not good.
They did a procedure on me. Hope it was enough.
I don't think so. I'm no medic, but it doesn't.
Get it checked out. Maybe so. I don't know much about the medical field. I'm not really versed in that area, but
Do you know how long ago this happened?
it's been a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I guess it is the syndicate. But they put you in after a week.
Well, treatment was... I don't know how long I was out, actually, but I've been awake and conscious, moving around for a week now, yeah.
Interesting.
They still sent me on inspection stuff. Can you believe it?
That's rough, even for the syndicate. I feel.
No, I know nothing about my family or friends, and yet they have me doing work. Are the syndicate good people?
No.
I never knew much about them.
Oh.
They kind of opposed the assembly at some times, and I feel like the assembly were pretty good most of the time. Pretty selfless people, but I don't know too much about the syndicate themselves.
Well, guess we're all learning then, huh?
Mhm. Still learning each and every day. I think that's kind of my main goal right now too, is learning as much about this frost as I can. That's kind of why I came here in the first place. We also have some duties before you guys came along. Kind of was on a mission before that, and got to go report back to the man who gave me the job. So we'll see how that turns out. Maybe try and find him here.
Well, I am contract bound, but I'm not lifetime bound. Looks like I've already completed my syndicate contracts. So, if you have other ways, other methods that would net me some gold, I'm willing to travel alongside you all. I don't have any other obligations. Haven't even picked up a hobby since the injury, so...
Well, if you know much about traveling, about the land, I kind of just hung up one of my posters. I guide people through, kind of take them from point A to point B through the wilderness and lead them. And that's what I do for work. Plan on doing that as soon as I figured all this out. As soon as I kind of gathered some word from here and seen what they're doing, kind of make word with my employer for a bit and then kind of continue doing my own thing.
Very hands-on approach. I like it.
Yeah. Easiest way. Don't got to worry about a big organization pestering me. I can just do my own thing and get people to safety.
It's honest work.
The there's this rather shorter waitress kind of walking around. It's a small dwarven girl with long black hair, and she's has similar stuff to what Mo had on, except she has a long like green dress of sorts with kind of puffy cotton like wrist things that kind of extend into her dress to keep the warmth. And she's walking over with the drinks in one hand. She slides it onto the table, and she says, "Food will be out in just a second. So enjoy this while you wait. Is there anything else you guys would like?"
Any allergies?
Nope.
Nope, we're good.
Okay. And she comes around. She makes her way out. She takes the dish from under it, and she passes the drinks out to each of you guys.
I'll take a sip.
Okay. You guys all take sips of it. Okay.
And TPK.
Yuki, as you like lifting, it's a little bit heavier. But I want you to take a sip first. It definitely has alcohol in it.
Ooh. Ooh.
You know,
Yeah, that's good.
it's a sweet kind of more herbal or green tea. It kind of stays and lingers on your tongue for a little bit after you drink it. Yuki, you begin to drink it as well, and as you down it,
Oh, no. You know what? We'll just get him another. That's fine.
you begin to burp pretty heartedly for the next 3 minutes or so.
How was that?
It's
Delicious.
It tastes really good,
Wow.
but the aftertaste of it kind of sits in your stomach weird. And your throat kind of feels weird as well. It just burns a little bit on your tongue.
This tea is twisted. Oh. I thought they said. Did the menu say this had alcohol?
I guess it didn't say it didn't.
Oh, I should come to expect this from Moe's.
You know,
It's lighter than what I had before. It's quite nice, actually.
based on, whatever that thing you had, pretty sure every drink here is going to be alcoholic.
I think this is a bar.
That is
Yeah.
also true.
I asked Mo for the light option, and he gave me that. Can you believe it?
But he did give you his favorite. He doesn't look like a man of light options.
No, he doesn't. Well, nonetheless, cheers.
Cheers.
You guys raise your mugs, and you can kind of let out a little
I have two
burp.
hands on.
Burp with no ale left inside of your drink. You guys toast to each other, and you drink up.
So,
Um,
it's kind of two of our plans. What about the rest of you?
I would like to write a letter.
A
and
letter
send
to
it
Where?
to my friend, but I don't know how that goes by. Is it train or where would one go for this?
I'd imagine it'd be sent by train, but I'm not really too sure on how to do that. Maybe we can find a post office, ask around and see what we can do, and someone can ship it there, I'm sure. It's going to cost you quite a bit, though. You got enough gold?
7.
I don't know. With travel fees nowadays, it might be more expensive than that, but we can see what we can do.
For a piece of paper?
Yeah, travel's hard nowadays, kid. It's not easy to get from point A to point B. And just for someone to get you a letter, I don't know. I don't know too much about it, but I charge a pretty hefty penny for the work I do. Maybe with the trains it'd be cheaper, but we may have to do some work first and earn a bit of coin.
Okay.
the tavern's attention kind of turns, and the girl makes her way over to you guys again. She sets a large plate down in front of all of you guys, and you look down and you see it's like a plate of, or rather like a small bowl, and not super deep, but a bowl of mushrooms set, and there's this large platter, plaster of this gray kind of gravy rested over it, and it has a large slice of, for all you would probably know this the best, a lamb kind of cut over it. You also kind of identify that these mushrooms are quite common in the cave systems and are pretty abundant regarding food in the region. All of you guys' food kind of set out, and you see everybody's heads kind of turn up and over, and there's a rather large commotion coming from outside of the actual tavern. And you all kind of peer up and over, and the orcish woman that's standing watch is holding the door shut, and she's saying, "Please, just, you have to pay the fee," and she's knocked back 10 feet or so as 3 individuals emerge through the door kind of swings open, and the cold air gusts in. Empty mugs kind of flop over and fly over, and the orcish woman stands up and she shuts the door. You all look up and down towards these 3. There's this large man that's kind of on the ground. He has these like tribal blue insignia over him, and there's 2 people kind of lugging him by each of his arms and dragging him across the tavern's floor. The thing that's most noticeable about it, though, is besides the cold that escaped in, pressured through the door, a large trail of blood is jutting out from this man's missing leg. And one of the men stands up and goes, "Oh!" And Mo kind of runs out, and he looks over, and he puts his hands on his head, and he starts grabbing at his hair. He begins running over. And the other individual, this small gnomish figure that has this large black kind of hat on, that's kind of cocked back and keeping his hair from flying in a frenzy, looks up. He goes, "Oh man, Mo, it's bad, man, it's bad." And he looks down, and the person with the tribal insignia is knocked unconscious, and his leg begins like bleeding in the pool. And Mo goes, What happened?" And he goes, "You." And he looks up, and he looks back, and he looks at the various people that are kind of peering out, like his workers from the actual like kitchen side, and he looks around. He sees the woman that served you guys, and he looks at you, Rowan. He looks at her, and he goes like this to her.
To the woman that served us?
Yeah, it's the younger dwarven lady. Yeah, he kind of motions for you to close her eyes.
Oh, I'll close my eyes.
He looks at each of you guys, and he also looks down at the dwarven lady. And he looks down, and he goes like this to her. You're like this, looking at her, motioning you guys to close her eyes.
Oh.
Yeah. And no one goes, "Oh man, it came out of nowhere, man. I'm sorry, we tried." And he goes, No, it's okay. It's my fault, truly. And he looks at him and he goes, "Blika, get this man over to the apothecary immediately."
I'll run over to him, and the guy with the leg cut off, pull out my wooden symbol, and place it on his leg and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. You look down and you begin to mend your hands together, and you reach your hands down towards him. You go ahead and cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
What level is it?
First
level?
Ooh. 14. 16 points of healing.
Okay. You begin to heal him, and his color begins to come back a little bit more. Still unconscious. But being not the gnome, but the other one that has this bow kind of strung on his back. So he goes, "Thank you. He needs attention immediately, though." And he looks down.
That should hold him over till he can get some real care.
He looks down. He goes, "Stanley, can you just take him to the apothecary?" And the man goes, "Okay." And Rika comes over, grabs him, hoists him over her shoulder, and begins making her way out into the frost. Stanley, the small man, makes his way with her and them.
Alright, I'm gonna look at the gnome. And in gnomish, I'm gonna say. So what happened here?
The gnome is leaving with them,
Oh.
and then the actual, it's a larger man with the bow kind of strung across his back. He has his hood over, so it's kind of hard to identify. But he's staying there, and
Okay.
he's...
Then I'll say in common.
Yeah.
What happened to him? Seems to
We
be the
were...
issue.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were so close to getting it, too. And Mo goes, no, it's okay. It's my fault. I just pray that he's okay. The man looks over to you guys. Thank you for helping him.
Mhm.
You're trying to find this item. This was supposed to be our last job, and well, it came out of nowhere.
What came out of nowhere?
Large, fleshy giant. Came out of the trees and it nabbed a few of us up.
What did it look like?
Garrick's leg. It's tall and it had this protruding fingers and a large sack over its shoulder, and it took some of us. Man,
Where were you at?
just north of here, maybe 30 miles or so. We got off at way station 3, and you can see Mo is kind of stands up and he walks his way and he makes his way over to the back and he grabs these like various towels and begins brushing the blood off of the ground. It's way station 3 and travel just through the mountains for, I don't know, a couple miles or so. You grab towards kind of his eye and you kind of look up and you see that there's a large gash across it. He goes, really, sorry, I can tell you in a second. Just give me a second, please.
All right. I'm gonna head over to Mo, or if he's cleaning. Were these guys working for you?
Yeah, I had them contracted them to grab something for me, and
What are they grabbing?
it was dangerous. But if you wish, he looks around. The tavern's kind of quiet, and he looks at you and
I'll speak. I'll say in Dwarvish. What'd you send them to do, sir?
He looks at you and he looks around and he says back to you in Norwish and he says, a weapon of the ancestors. I sent them to grab it. One from the old kingdom, believe it or not. A rumor, some may say, but paid them well, and the stores like to keep things like that.
What do you know about this rumor?
I was traveling to the various old kingdoms around the land. One of my father's old weapons, and it was meant to be sold at maybe an auction, I want to say. Once the Everfrost hit, it wasn't seen again. Some people I send out every once in a while, those people came back and more and more. They found it, or they found where it's supposed to be. Came back to me and left the next day, eager to grab it. Well, here they are now. Oh. Needless to say, I don't think I'm gonna get that weapon back, that sword back, but I think it caused enough harm.
What do you need this sword for, Mo? You got a pretty good business going on right here.
And he speaks back to you in Dwarvish, and he goes, well, I don't know if you see, and he points behind his tavern, behind his bar, and on the very top there's this large warhammer. It has the face of a dwarf kind of engraved on the back of it, made out of solid and pure gold. He says it's just a family heirloom. Everfrost has taken away much of dwarven ancestry. A lot of us split up and scattered across the mountainsides, able to communicate very well with each other over the mainland. Those stuck up here, there are little left of us.
Just looking for your home away from home.
Yeah, something to remember it by. Those stories. If I just wish to see it again.
How were the dwarves affected by the Everfrost? Knowing that a lot of you guys kind of live under the earth.
He finishes cleaning up what's left of the blood on the ground and what the best he can. The tavern, for the most part, has kind of calmed down a little bit. People are talking with each other a little bit more quietly now, and it's about the incident that just happened. He looks at you and goes, if you'd follow me, I'd be happy to tell you. I can go back to my quarters back there. Rather discuss it in private. Anything.
Alright, I'm okay with that. And I kind of just motion to my guys in the corner to just wait a little bit. I'll be back in a jiffy.
He has just a second, please. And he walks over to the dwarven girl.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of hugs her. And he whispers, for those who can speak dwarvish at the table can hear, he tells her that it's all going to be okay. And he walks with her. And she says back, what? She says back, what happened? And he goes, it's nothing, truly nothing. He begins walking her back to the kitchen part of it, and you see him discuss with some people in the kitchen. They kind of take her, and he begins walking back towards his quarters. If the right side, the door on the right side leads to the kitchen, the left side leads to his quarters. He walks back there, opens it up, and he filters through.
I want to go to the table and kind of just look around. Any of you guys understand what I'm saying? I'm going to say it in Dwarvish.
I do understand a bit.
I understand Dwarvish.
Well,
We know you.
I'm just gonna blink at you.
Wait a second. I don't speak Dwarvish. I thought I did, but no, I'm getting confused. I speak Orc. Sorry.
Come with me, and we'll kind of make our way back to where Lo was telling us to meet him.
Okay. Yes.
Can I talk to the conductor?
You do what?
Hey, conductor, your doctor, they're getting away. And point to the people that are taking his doctor. They're already out of the store. But
Maybe. Check my medical report. Do I know if it's the same as this apothecary they're speaking of for my medical report?
What you can infer from the two, go ahead and roll intelligence. 8. The actual report you were given was syndicate issued, and so a lot of it is pretty ambiguous and not super to the point or detailed. And so, from what you can infer, you are unaware if these people are going to the same people that treated you or anything like that.
And I don't know.
do you think it's worth a shot or not?
Sure. Do you want to come with?
Yeah. I'll see if
If
I can
nothing
find
else,
the,
we can get something for my injury.
I'll see if I can find the post office on the way.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds like a great excursion. Anyone else?
What about others? We could both year stuck with Music Man.
Okay.
Don't eat all of our food.
Whatever you want, Gorag.
No promises. Please, I need it.
Okay.
So who decides to stay at most? It's
We'll go and
Rowan and Emmerich. Gorag also staying?
I'll stay at the table.
Okay. And then Yuki as well as Father on, you guys wish to make your way out to the streets of Whitewake. As the breeze hits your guys' face, and as the nearness of the kitchen swarms you guys' noses, Rowan as well as Emmerich, getting back towards the quarters of Mel, you walk past. There's 3 doors on the left side. There's one that leads to rows of bunk beds, and there's various means of living. There's closets, as well as some segmented off doors that leads elsewhere. And then there's another room past it that has 2 beds in there. One decorated to that maybe a small girl would decorate. There's pink and white sheets. And then past that, you go over to this office area to where there's a large steel kind of janky desk that's stamped into the ground. Next to it is a large handle that has a outline in the wall. So we'll take a break. So
Alright.
we will return back in a few minutes. Quite hot in here. So
I'm warm.
welcome back, everybody. We return after the break to the second part of the 3rd session of the Everfrost. So, important things that are coming up. On the 4th of July, we're uploading Star Stripes 6 shooters. I said that quite a bit, but it'll be pretty fun. You have to see that one shot whenever it happens. We've also moved locations in real life. It got really hot when we were playing, and so now we're outside in the elements. So if somebody freaks out, it's probably a bug. Other than that, let us know if there's any issues with the outside part. Just if there's wind or somebody mowing their lawn just next door. So if that pops up and you hear it, I can't do anything about that. I think you heard me. So I just heard a door shut. Okay, but other than that, let's return back to True Bry and the Everfrost at Whitewake. So, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the group that's inside the actual tavern. So, Mo has led you guys back to his corridors of his tavern. I really hope the lawnmower is not hurt, but the lawnmower is going. So he makes his way back towards his part of the tavern. And he pulls out his chair and he sits down and he begins ruffling through some papers, and he finally finds one. He extends one out to you guys. Then he says in Dwarvish, and he goes, this is the contract on my side of things that I handed to them. You can review it if you wish, but I'll tell you more about what happened to us from the Everfrost.
Please.
Okay, so would you like to read the contract first, to where I can explain it, or would you like to listen to Bill first?
I'll take a look at your contract.
I'll look over his shoulder.
You guys look down and you begin reading his contract, and it's at the very top. It says, adventurers desperately wanted, and it reads, throughout the going months and the growing years in the Everfrost, Dwarven lineage and Dwarven ancestry has shrunken vastly. In order to preserve this, I wish to hire all of you to explore an unexplored region past Way Station 3 to retrieve a Dwarven artifact long lost by the Everfrost. And at the very bottom, the reward is 600 gold, as well as anything that you find outside of the artifact. And it's signed by Mo as well. He looks and goes, this is the contract that I gave them. I regret giving it to them after what happened, but I guess it's just how the job goes. Since the Everfrost, all the doors that were left on the surface lost contact. Those who live underground, those that are under the ground are outcasted now, fend for themselves. I know if you think it's hard up here, it's hard down there as well. Sure, it might not be as cold, but you have to think on your feet down there. preserve yourself as best as possible. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you for the deaths of those you hired either. I mean, they didn't necessarily know what they were getting into, but neither did you. And I think we all know at this point, if you've made it this long into the Everfrost, that nothing out there is safe. People are desperate for gold, but
There's anybody and everybody.
exactly. And I think that what you did was all right. I think your reward is fine if anyone's willing to work for it, and you're just trying to save your lineage. So I honestly commend that, and I appreciate that for you, because we don't want anything lost to history with this. I think that there's got to be an answer to this. I don't think that this is just Mother Nature's course, and I think that in the end of it all, we'll figure out an answer, and we'll hopefully cleanse our region and uncover what we have.
yeah.
What else do you know about the dwarven lineage? I mean, were you from up there and you kind of traveled down here, or what happened?
In the kingdoms of old, the dwarves were the mighty of the mountainside and of the underbelly of the world. We often did the grunt work so that kings could build their kingdoms using the resources we've made and crowns forged by us. Unfortunately, shortly before the Everfrost happened, my father and her family were once great rulers and respected by the other dwarven kingdoms. We were raided, our gold and our resources taken from us by unruly band of people. I fear they're still down there. Shortly after that, we were left with nothing. We moved here to find a better life upon this fishing bay. My father, as well as my mother and my beautiful wife, were on a fishing voyage when the Everfrost hit.
Do you know anything about these people that raided you?
I'm afraid not. They came in the night and took what they wanted. Us out. Killed those who fought. Well, my father was trying to protect us, so we ran to here. I wish I could tell you more, and I wish I had the resources and funds to do something about it, but unfortunately I just don't.
Well, the cogs are moving in your brain, I see. You're thinking about taking it. Yes?
It's come across my mind. I always need work to do, and I think an opportunity has presented itself, and it's either this or back to the old life. And I enjoy what I do, but I think this helps me kind of get to the bottom of what's happened. I don't think it's about how long was it since you got raided till the Everfrost hit?
Was maybe 12 years ago when we were raided. Everfrost struck 10 years ago, and so we were here for maybe 2 years, established ourselves here on an unfortunate fishing voyage. I lost everything.
It could be correlated, but I can't determine that for sure from this information. 2 years is a pretty hefty gap, and there's no telling. But I think this could lead us to potentially some more information than the people of Whitewake have.
Probably. And I do believe my contract is up by now. I am at least a day late. So I am free if you need hands. I do need to pay you back for saving me.
Well, I appreciate that. Maybe we can see what happens, see where it takes us. If see where everyone else's head lies. I think we offer this to them with open arms.
I do believe at least 2 of our group is here by forced means. No problem.
I agree. Definitely that little one, and probably the big one too. I don't think either of them really had a choice.
Probably go with us more likely than the rest of them.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think the big one can probably fend for himself, but I think that little guy, he has potential for sure. You saw it, I saw it. I think we need to protect him. There honestly could be some answers in him, I think, that we could seek in all of this as well. I think that's pretty far down the road, but for the most part, I think that this is an opportunity for us to potentially band together, maybe form some kind of alliance with each other, and maybe get some good quality work done, see what we can do. I'm always up for that, saving people when I can, and doing some hard stuff. It's going to be difficult, but that's life in the Everfrost. It doesn't get easy, and I don't think it's going to be any easier until we get to the bottom of it.
I'm blown away by that. Unfortunately, though you guys seem confident in yourselves, maybe more than just all of you, we owned a kingdom down there. And it was more than a few that took us overnight. We had a small keep stowed pretty far away from the kingdom we were. My father and I were affiliated with. We were called the Stone Spirits. Stone Spirits Kingdom, and maybe half a mile out or so is where we were. Had our own people who lived here, there with us, workers for us, that kind of stuff. So I'm unaware of what happened to the Stone Spirits, but us at least were forced out and pretty hard to get back in there. My father commanded dozens of men. Dwarves, humans, all races alike, and they couldn't fend us, so.
Well, do you think this artifact that you're looking for is in the depths, or do you think that it's acquirable without us having to go down there?
Well, based off what Daddy has told us, he said that it was above ground near Way Station 3 in a forest somewhere, so I can only assume it's buried somewhere. It's sort of in a caravan of sorts from ages long gone. I wish I could help you more on this, but unfortunately I think unless a miracle happens, it's best that I take care of my ember here.
Well, I wouldn't think you'd do it any other way. I think what you have right now is, from where you've been, I think you've made pretty good ground, Mel. I think you've bounced back harder than a lot of people would. Most people would kind of just lay down and give way to the Everfrost and let it control them. But I think you've bounced back harder than most people would.
Yeah, it's very fortunate the timing that we had. Everfrost didn't strike while we were down. A lot of people got hit way harder than us. We'll open this place just to help those who use it. Unfortunately, there was a price to that, though. He kind of looks around for a little bit. He looks back at you guys and says, well, never mind that, but I wish I could help more. For free, if I can't.
Well, I appreciate your information to us. It's extremely useful, and I hope we can do with it our best and use this information for the betterment for all of us.
Of course. Well, I'm not near an expert of the grounds as I used to be. It's been a while since then, and so I wish I could help you more, but unfortunately, I can't. You may find some people around here that have tried to explore down there, or maybe some people from the underground.
Yeah.
Not a very kind group to surface dwellers, though, so good luck with that.
Well, I do have one more question for you, Mel. Do you know where I may be able to find a Heathwell Lavernus?
Yeah, why would you need to find him?
I was just contracted to do a job for him. Just need to return to him.
His face kind of diminishes a little bit. The quite hopeful glare that he had before in his eyes kind of fades just a tad bit. He goes, oh, well, you'd probably find him on the inner gates. I don't know how new you are to Whitewake, but...
Well, maybe passed through a time or two in my travels, but was with that reaction. It kind of seemed put off by it.
Go ahead and roll. You can choose either insight or persuasion.
We will do. Drop. We'll do insight. Okay. Oh, pretty good. 24, 23.
23?
23 insight.
You can tell that he definitely wants to say something about it. He was a little diminished by hearing who you're, even if you're not necessarily associated with him, who you're working for or with. But the best you can tell, he's more so scared of saying it. Why he doesn't like these people. Look of worry, kind of.
He has a lot of control over this area.
Him? All of them do on the inner walls. I wish I could tell you more, I truly do, but a lot of people on the outer walls look down upon those who come from the inner gates.
I think I understand what you're trying to say. I never met the man, but should my travel, I just take people from point A to point B, and I think I was escorting some of his underlings in the time, and this is what they were doing, so I figured I might try and see what I can find about him.
I wouldn't know much past that, though. You'd have to talk to some people on the inner gates, and best of luck with getting in.
Well, I appreciate it. I thank you for your time, Mo. I think we'll see ourselves out and hopefully continue on our evening. Just relaxing and finding some work.
Best of luck to you guys.
If we're going to talk to the rest of our group, and if we make a decision, I'm sure we'll come back to you and see what we decide to do.
Thank you all for hearing me. Anyway,
Yeah, I'll get up and just kind of head back to the table and start, just sipping and eating.
you guys both make your way back over to Gorak at the table. We'll go ahead and cut over to the other group. So, as you guys exited the once warm and hearty insides of the tavern, the harsh, icy wind once again pierces the thick fur coats. All of you walk through the streets of Whitewake. Try to kind of find where these people went, but it's pretty hard to discern everybody there. So you didn't follow them immediately after they left, and so they're not within eye distance or anything.
Can I look for bloodstains?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception. 10, 12. You begin looking around, and you kind of look towards the ground where the man's leg was kind of tripping off before. There's faint traces of red in the snow, but the snow blows away, and new snow comes in so fast it kind of fills up and drags along. So you have to walk maybe 20 or 30 or so feet before you see it. So the trail is fading.
Sir, I think we have to go fast because this trail's going away with this wind.
You've got that right. Well, let's get going.
We can start running, jogging.
You guys heard and make your way and follow this blood trail. You kind of bolster your way through this market district, and as you do, you come to this double-way stop to where there's lines of people on either side of you, and you look to the left, to your right, and there's large, overhanging kind of rooftops that cover 2 railways. The one that you guys came on to the right side that shoots off in the distance, and then another one with the large kind of boarded up wooden warehouse where there's a lot of people in cold kind of workers' gear, picking up boxes, moving them around the kind of warehouse you see on the inside of this place and dropping them off here and there. The blood trail runs up these stairs, kind of drips along the sides of the walls that connect the top of the staircase, and you extend this way up and over the train tracks further to the distance. So,
I guess the hidden luxury of me working on the trains is that I don't have to work out here in this harsh cold. What about you, Yuki? You get out much?
I used to work in caves, a coal mine, so to speak. So it was very cold in there, but not this cold with the wind.
Right, yeah.
Very hidden.
Certainly. Well, let's see. Is there blood over here? You see any blood?
yeah, it kind of makes it kind of pulls up in one spot as if they were stopped by something or someone. And you look up to where the blood trail extends, and you see it's 3 sections of railways that are all connected one top of the other with raising and lowering kind of like drawbridge systems that go up and then shoot down and kind of slinks into itself and compresses in to where people can exit the train and get onto it and such. One of the drawbridges kind of over this train track, it shoots clear across to where you see the individuals on the other side of the train yard.
There! Do you see up ahead?
I do see it.
So you follow the group, and they're walking a little bit slower than you guys are, and you make your way over the train yard. And you look to your right, and you see that there's people lifting heavy equipment and moving it, and large boxes inside this enormous storage and warehouse. It goes for maybe 500 feet or so, 500, 600 feet. And there's just dozens upon dozens of workers that are picking up containers. You see a man walking up and down the various rows and stacks of these boxes, opening them, checking stuff off, and observing it. And you guys meet up with the people eventually, and you hear the man that has his leg severed. He's unconscious now, and he's grunting as he is staggeredly kind of being carried up by the other 2.
Just looking at the situation, is he feeling better?
He's conscious now, yeah. He's not bleeding as heavily as he used to, but he still is bleeding slightly.
Gotcha.
So, Stanley kind of looks over to you guys, a small gnome, and he goes, "Oh, you guys followed us?
Yeah. Well, for starters, we want to see...
Here, walk and talk.
All right, yeah, of course. Yeah, we wanted to see how you guys were doing, and also, as you can see here, I've sustained an injury myself, and I need a follow-up appointment.
Okay, there might be a line," and he points towards...
Just a bit.
towards his injured friend. And you get to the bottom of the staircase to this other side of the district. And on this side, there isn't very many people that are kind of huddled. It's loosely kind of dispersed now. So there's some people kind of walking up and down the street, hurriedly getting into buildings and such. But this is where you see various, there's workers traveling up and down the place with boxes and such. And you look down to the kind of the edge of this large kind of shipping and storage district. And the workish lady says, "Oh, it's just up ahead," and she makes her way forward another 60 feet or so before going into this kind of alleyway system where you guys course your way through. Going up this door and knocking, and on the other side, a large steel grate kind of slides open as the ice breaks from it, and it looks, beady eyes look down towards you guys, and the lady looks up and he goes, It's bad. and the door, you hear multiple locks begin to unlatch from each other, and chains kind of dangle from these chain locks, and it creaks open. And as it does, the heavy metal door kind of screeches slightly, and you all begin to look in, and you look across the various ways. The person that opened the door is this sleek and beautiful-looking, kind of dark-skinned, white-haired lady. And she has this white, kind of puffy shoulder pauldrons on that cover these kind of like shoulder guards that are made of pure metal, and it has chain-linked kind of forearm guards that are also woven with this fine leather. And she grabs on to the other side of the man. The gnome wasn't much help with carrying his injured friend, unfortunately. He wasn't quite tall enough to reach the shoulders. And so you kind of look around, and there's dozens of various ailments and ointments around the area, potions and various medicinal kind of herbs and stuff kind of lined up against the walls. There's cots strung about on the floor. There's a man there kind of keeled over, and he's kind of in the corner, kind of shivering to himself. She goes, "That's quite bad. Come, bring him this way." And they lay him down, and she looks down, and she begins to wrap his leg with this very tight-knit cloth, and begins to cut the circulation from it. She then begins to grab various instruments and medical items, and she looks up at you guys, and she goes, "Would any of you guys be able to help at all?
What would you need help with?
Anybody with the experience with this kind of stuff? No? If not, I'm doing it by myself." And she looks down, and she begins fixing his leg up. She gets this rather large kind of metal blade, and she runs it over this kind of small coal furnace, and she begins to kind of iron it back and forth, and she draws it out, and you see the red and orange glow emit from it. And she walks over, and the man's conscious, and she goes, "This is going to hurt quite a lot." And she presses it against his meaty, raw, exposed flesh, and it sizzles and it cackles and it kind of pops as it does. He goes, "Ugh!" He reaches down towards his leg. He begins grabbing at it. And she begins to cauterize the wound.
I'll start looking around at the potions and everything, and
Yeah.
see if there's anything that would help with this.
Yeah, you can definitely try. Roll medicine.
Can I do that with him?
Yeah.
You're with us.
Yeah, there's what you guys.
Were you not here for the first episode?
12.
16.
16?
What is
He is. It's Calderon, Yuki,
17.
as well as Everfrost, what you guys know him as. What is it?
17.
17 to 16? Okay. You're able to find these kind of, it's like a harsh, minty kind of thing that's found in caverns. It's meant to, it's so strong that it kind of suppresses everything else. It's like swallowing a harsh minty kind of leaf, but times 100. You bring it over to him, and it's a small kind of like mushroom reed, and you kind of motion it towards his face. Everyone, you kind of bites onto it, and as he does, this like kind of white citrusy kind of juice leaks out into his mouth. And he begins to slowly untense, and he kind of he goes, "Harshy," and he like raises his eyebrows towards you guys. The girl is helping looks at you guys and he goes, "How do you guys know that?"
Well, I have a friend back from where I'm from, and she used to study in the medical field, and she would tell me all such stories of craziness that her and her mom used to do.
Quite quick on your feet. And she goes, "I reckon you'll be fine. What even happened to him?" And she looks around, and Stinley looks over, and he goes, "I mean, you should have seen it, man. It's this big, giant man thing attacked us, and he grabbed people, sort of throwing them into a sack, and luckily he only grabbed his leg and took it off. But we were able to grab the rest of him and bring him back here.
That's a blunt way of putting it.
That's what happened.
I have a question for the woman. Do you recognize me?
She looks up and towards you. Am I supposed to?
Not necessarily.
I haven't seen you before.
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm Calderon Vale. I'm a railway inspector. Look, that's not the point. I guess what I'm getting at is I've been hurt badly, and I haven't received the right treatment.
Okay.
You know what you would do for something like this? I'd pull up my bandaging.
She, no physical reaction to it. Like she's used to it. She stands up and she walks over to it and she peels back the bandage that you showed. And as she does, it's kind of gross still. You can kind of hear it kind of unsponge from your head and motion backwards. And she goes, you hit? Or did you hit your head? Or did you... You're working on the railway?
I give her the syndicate medical report. Here you go.
She grabs it. She goes, "It's quite literally no use. The syndicate's not great with their medical records, so you can have it back."
Yeah. Thinking of cutting it up into confetti for when our legless friend gets better. But what do you think I should do about it?
Yeah, it's syndicate. It's can be quite hard to track. Don't like getting that kind of stuff getting out about the workers and such. So kind of keep on the low. Regarding finding that, I refuse to talk with anybody syndicate affiliated. So
I'm not syndicate. Man's got to make his gold, right?
you worked with them before.
Yeah. I've worked with other groups too.
I'm afraid I cannot help you. She walked over to the
That
man
would
on the
offset.
ground. She begins to look towards the cauterizer wound, making sure that she kind of has everything set in place and make sure the bandage is tight. She walks over and she takes the minty mushroom out of his mouth. He begins to slowly drift off into sleep. Well, thank you for bringing him to me. She looks down at the gnomish man. He goes, about how recent was this? Oh man, it was like, I don't know, this morning, maybe? The sun was rising and couldn't see very well, and it all happened at once, and now we're here, and I mean, she goes, oh, okay. It's okay. It's over now. Well, I think you got him here just in time. Thank you, but you must get going.
Listen, ma'am. Since the injury, I'm an amnesiac. Okay? Any grudge you have against Syndicate, that's the old me. I literally do not remember working for them.
Roll persuasion.
Give him the juice, Nathan. Give him the juice. About broke the table.
Say,
Double dice on the glass table.
it's a good 5.
Why did Nathan give an energy?
She's not buying it. She looks at you and goes, okay. Listen, if you're trying to get something or information or anything, it's... I'm sorry, I don't believe you. So, please leave.
Alrighty.
Ma'am,
Alright, everyone.
ma'am,
Let's take our leave.
Ma'am, I promise you, I met him on the rail station, and he was not working under the syndicate. He was almost working for himself, and he didn't even know anything at the time.
I'm sorry, child. Can you... I don't know if you've had very many run-ins with the syndicate at your age, but I promise you, if you knew half of what they did, you wouldn't want to be associated with any of them. So, please, make your way.
Do I recognize her?
You actually do, just a little bit. You know that her name is Syndra. And I'll go ahead and whisper it to you real quick.
Uh-oh.
Come over here if you want.
This time.
Do I speak whisper?
I didn't get that option to learn that language when it came. I chose any language but whisper. I don't know how.
Rowan, she said, what happened?
What?
Rowan, she said, what happened? I was going to be like, can you just like, come?
Next time on Dragon Ball Z. And we're getting sued.
Okay, and we're back. So, with that knowledge, she kind of points towards the door and kind of ushers you guys out.
Right. Ma'am, do you at least know where? Can you at least tell me where the post station is at?
The courier station to deliver something.
Sure.
The best bet is the export rails. It's next to the giant one. It's just across the way towards the inner part of the city.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, please leave. So motion you guys at the door, and the court lady begins to leave first. Stinley begins to leave as well, and he kind of holds the door open for you guys.
Well, she was a ray of sunshine.
Yeah, we call it sunshine in these parts, but you're right. Look, I'm not a bad man. I don't think I am, at least.
You seem pretty nice to me, sir.
Thank you. I'm one of the good ones, I guess, for Syndicate.
Could you help me find this post station? I forgot what she told me.
You know, I was kind of zoned out trying to remember who I was.
She said across the street and next to the big building.
Let's head for the big building then.
So you guys make your way back out into these icy, windy, airy streets, over to, with rough guidance from Yuki and direction from Yuki, towards the big building.
Can I hang back? Just out of sight.
Yeah. You just want to just kind of trail behind the group, or never leave. Or what?
Can I roll stealth? Stay back.
You definitely can. I'd probably put at disadvantage though, because it's pretty bright outside, and you guys are right next to each other, so you can try.
That's cool. Go for it.
Definitely try.
Oh, boy.
Best of luck on that.
Okay. 10.
10?
Yeah.
You guys are all kind of walking kind of in a uniform fashion, and from the right eye of you, Calderon, from the left eye of you, you see your friend kind of just step backwards between the two of you and just start backpedaling.
Where do you think you're going?
Did your leg get cut off too?
I have a few more questions I want to ask the shopkeep back there.
Ask away. Do you want us to come with you? Actually, probably not.
No, I'll catch up with y'all at the big building here soon.
If we're not there, head to Moe's.
Got it.
See ya, boss man.
Okay, so you make your way back over to the actual, to the door. You're gonna go ahead and go back to Moe's for this. So you guys are all met up at the same table. After discussing with Mo.
So it's us three?
Yeah, it's you three.
Table?
So we can go our separate ways. It would be harder for some, but that's 600 gold right there.
Wouldn't be terrible, but split amongst us, 6 or 7 of us. Would be pretty tough. Not as much as you think, but I think it would go a long way.
It's more gold than I have.
Well, that is true. Gold goes quick here in the Everfrost.
It's more than 10, right? They're much more than 10, friend.
About 100. Add a 0. I'm not adding 0. Add a 0 to the end of it.
You'll get there.
Anyway, Gorag, it kind of makes me think. Why are you here? What are you doing? What's your plan? If we go our separate ways, what are you gonna go do?
Oh. Go. I don't know where Gorang is.
Do you know where Gorag's from? Where should you be?
Gorag, remember Syndicate's railway. Worked on Syndicate Railway.
Do you know the way? There's quite a few railways in the syndicate area.
Far.
Far from here?
Gorag ran away after
Any
too hard of it.
like giant landmarks, maybe a spoken tongue?
Not really, no.
So they had you in the wilderness?
Basically.
Oof. I've heard tales. I was lucky enough to be stuck in this fire.
So what do you want? Do you want to make your way back, or do you want?
No.
Okay, well that's fair. So you're trying to find a new home.
Yes.
Where was your home before the wilderness? Do you recall?
No.
Do you know where you'd like to go?
Away.
Away from what?
Syndicate.
Okay. Well, I know that where we are right now isn't fully owned and operated by the syndicate. They may have some influence, as does every other party here, I think. But this place is so universal that they kind of all work and don't work just as equally as the other organizations. What I'm trying to get at is our friend here and myself, we're talking to Mo, and essentially we're given a job opportunity to potentially go and try and find some of his family heirlooms. Something to keep the dwarves, the little hairy people, to kind of keep their heritage and to not lose what they have, so they can remember their home. You have seemed to have forgotten yours, and I think us doing this can help them remember their home, remember where they came from, and remember what led them to this. We haven't made a true decision on it, and I think we need to wait on the rest of the other crew to come back before we truly do, because right now I'm pretty impartial to it. I think it'd be a change from what I'm used to. I think that would kind of be interesting. But I also know that... Do what?
Gorag make money?
Yeah. They offered us... Mo offered us quite a bit of gold to go and try and find this thing. However, that man that came in with his leg chopped off was trying to find what he offered us. So, it seems to be pretty risky. And for me, my job wasn't super easy, but it was pretty secure. People always need transport, and I could do what I needed to do pretty carefully. I knew the routes, I knew which way to go. This is pretty unexplored for me. I never went up north all that much, especially where Mo was talking to us about. But it'd be adventure, and it'd be interesting, and I think it would kind of spark some more interest in me, as opposed to just living here and just kind of coasting off of what I could do.
Gorag is broke. Gorag need money. Gorag
Okay.
In the job.
No. I'm not sure what else you would be in.
We picked that one up.
Oh, tavern.
Oh, well. I
Jenny
hope
is
so.
Zayvin.
I hope so.
As far as I know, we are. Unless they got some crazy magic spell. But, well, that makes one of us, at least. So, well, maybe you can convince everyone to join you. See how that works for you. Because I don't know a lot of their stories. I don't know what they're up to or what their plan is. So, maybe you can get some help and try and get everyone else to join you.
Well, you'll figure it out later, but let's give it some time.
Okay, Metal Man.
Better than nothing, I guess.
So we'll go ahead and go back to the icy streets. Out in the maw of the actual Everfrost. So, you guys, Yuki as well as Calderon, you continue onward towards next to the big building. You ask around just a little bit, and the few who would talk tell you that the export train yard is probably the best place to do it. So the export train yard, how it works is the import one, which you guys arrived on, the storage one, and the various goods is the middle large warehouse, and then the far one is the export one. So Calderon, you can kind of pick up on that with various years under your belt of train yard inspection, train inspection as well. You make your way over to the export chamber, and there's a man standing behind a counter. He has this like kind of brownish, grayish hair. It's kind of up and a little bit peeled back from the wind more than anything. He has a rather large brown coat on, and he's sitting at his desk. He's meandering and reading a book with a candle lit in front of him. He kind of is too invested in his book to really notice you guys, and Yuki, kind of hard to peek over the top. But
Okay, I'm gonna reach up and like tap on the desk.
okay, you kind of extend your hand up, and you slip your hands between like the bar part where people can slide stuff in and out, and you kind of get him out of his little daze, and he goes, "Oh!" He stands up and goes, "Oh, well, look at you down there." And he looks down at you, and he goes, "What would you like?"
I'm not that far down here. I would like to send a letter. Do you know how much that might cost someone?
Just a letter.
Yes, just a little letter. Not much. 3 sentences. 3 sentences.
He looks up and he looks over to you, Calderon. He goes, "Are you his father?"
Legal guardian.
I see.
He's too old to be my father.
Okay, now.
Well, if the question is about the letter, can I just go ahead and see it real quick?
I haven't read it yet.
Oh. Well, you need to do that first, and then after that, the fees will be applied, and then we can send it out. Do you know where you'd like to send it?
It's in the Iron Syndicate.
Inwards to the Ironward Syndicate territory?
Yes.
Okay. It's going to be a little bit pricey, but we can do it.
How pricey?
Letters, probably 10 gold pieces to be mailed inwards. It depends how big it is as well.
It's a very small, sir.
Okay, well, yeah. Just send 10 gold over, and I can go ahead and stamp it, give it a seal of approval, and then have it out within the next hour or so. Have it on the next train, heading inwards.
Sir, do you have any leftover gold?
Absolutely, Yuki. Right what you need.
I only need 3, sir.
Sentences or gold?
Gold, sorry.
Gotcha.
And then what would you like to
Right.
write on the letter?
I have it here. Do you want me to fix it?
No, you can keep it a secret for now. Okay. So you write down this not super well-written paragraph down. There's a couple sentences on this piece of paper, and you kind of fold it in half, and you write your name at the bottom real big, and to who you're writing it to. And you kind of fold it in half and you slide it over. And he goes, okay, well, I'll have it shipped off. Do you have a name on this to who you're sending it to? Or...
Charlotte. CHARLOTTE.
I see that, yeah. Okay, do you have any idea, like, the location or anything? Just, like, is it near the Iron Hold, or is it the Spire, or is it the... might be more than just towards the Syndicate territory. It'd be nice to have.
I think it should be at the main house of the Slave District 11.
Interesting, okay. I'm not one to ask questions. Okay. He reaches behind him and he grabs one of his mini kind of emblems that's on the end of this large kind of metallic stamp presser. And he looks over and he stamps into this big red kind of candle wax like fixture, and he gets the emblem and he stamps onto the front. He puts it up a letter first and then stamps it shut. Okay, well, it'll be mailed out the next hour or so. And other than that, is there anything you guys would like other than mailing this?
Do you want to do anything, sir?
Yeah, you know, how would I contact any medical officials within the syndicate?
The best bet is to go there yourself.
Fair
To be
enough.
honest, unless you want, it's quick to get things kind of sorted and out of here, but it's not very quick to get things in. Usually stuff like that comes in last.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, recently we lost a lot of valuable supplies on a train right here from Way Station 5, and just, we're really ushering in vital stuff for now. So
We were on
sorry
that
about
train.
that, but you guys were
Yes.
really.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what happened?
You were in the back.
Curious to
What
know.
happened?
Oh, my stomach was turning, and then the train turned.
Train turned.
Yes. I mean, we woke up on the side, no?
It depends what train we're talking about. We haven't had great luck with trains.
Oh, okay.
One of them had the what's the thing? I have amnesia. The coupler.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
One of them had the coupler. That was the more recent. The one before had
The
the
Way Station 5 one, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Before that, you wouldn't believe it. The last train I was on flipped. We were on it. I was in the. No, you were with me.
I was with you.
It flipped.
Is that what happened to the railway that leaves out of here towards more vestigial territory?
I think
Towards the
so.
Western Mountains?
Yeah. Yeah.
It wouldn't be the one responsible for that, no?
For the
Do I look like
accident?
I could do that?
Quite the weird group that's here, but I guess not. Okay, well, quite interesting. Maybe I need to bless this letter before it enters this train, just in case. You never know.
Yeah. Bad luck seems to follow us.
Yeah, I know, man. He turns around and he walks towards the letter that he had and kind of slides it through. He has a whole bunch of various folders and binders and shelves where he stores stuff. He slides it into one that's just having mail above it, kind of etched into this wooden little cubby as well. Other than that, best of luck to all of you.
It's been a pleasure. What was your name?
My name is Valen.
Yes. What is that? What language is that?
Common.
Okay, never mind. All right, well,
Just
take care.
What I'm speaking to you right now.
Yes.
Well, as in like where I'm from, or
Yeah, that's what I meant.
oh, I'm way up north.
Mm,
Many people like me up there. Yeah,
sweet.
get
Respect.
this familiar accent.
Yeah. All right, Yuki. We better not waste any more of his time.
Okay.
All right, Yuki. I need to talk with you about something.
Do you need the gold back?
No. I like your instinct, though.
I'll get it
I'm
back eventually.
wondering what the deal with our half-elf friend is. was. I mean, do you even know his name?
Who?
The fella who turned back to the apothecary with us.
Oh, that quiet guy?
You guys keep going. I'll go to the apothecary. I got some business to take care of. That guy.
I know nothing about him. I barely even heard him talk. He just kind of sits and plays music.
He seems cool. I hope he is. You just never know. It's good to build rapport with people in these kind of conditions. That's all.
He hasn't done anything weird with me, so.
Me neither. Guess we have no reason to distrust him.
Mystery
All right.
Man.
Yes, mystery man. We better get back to Moe's. I feel like we've got some people expecting us.
We got some beer to drink.
Yep. Start him young, I guess. Yeah.
The man like lowers his book and looks up towards you guys and kind of like questions if you heard that right. Velm kind of does that and he kind of looks back down towards his book and he kind of rubs his forehead.
All right. Let's make a jiffy.
Okay, so you guys make your way back over to Moe's. And we'll go back, finally, over to you. And so, make your way back over to the door and you read it with this metal slate. It's closed in front of you.
I'll knock on the door.
Okay, how do you knock?
Yes.
Yeah, you knock those times and no answer.
Can I slide the screen from my side at all?
You try, but it moves like maybe a centimeter or two, but it's locked shut on the other side.
Okay. I'll knock again.
Okay, how do you knock? Nothing from the other side.
Should I know how to knock?
How do you knock again? You hear a latch and fold that slides open, and she goes, "What do you want?" Oh,
I
where are
need
you
to
back?
talk.
The dog?
Yep.
She
I'll help out if I need to.
looks around and she goes, "You alone?
Yes.
You were just here with some syndicate people. I don't know."
That I was.
Kind of looks down. She goes, "Why should I trust you?"
You have no reason yet, but that's what I'm hoping to figure out once I get in.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
$11.
11.
Yes.
She begins unlatching. Oh my god! She begins unlatching various locks that's on the other side. And just swings the door open. It creaks open once more. The ice doesn't shatter this time, though, as she does. And she kind of looks out and she kind of ushers you in quickly. And she shuts the door. She turns around. Okay. Yes.
Do you recognize me at all?
A lot of people come through here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Is the other lady still in there?
There's the person that you're kind of familiar with talking with you, and then there's the rather larger runic. He has like the tattoos on him that's like cut off on the ground unconscious, and there's the man kind of laying in the corner.
So I'm talking to the lady I kind of recognize.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I won't say much, but I'll just say I'm in a similar situation to you.
I wish you knew me a little more, but I doubt that, but I see where you're going.
Okay. All I need to know is what syndicate activity is like around here, and if there's anywhere safe from the syndicate nearby.
Eyes kind of soften just a little bit from her steely stare that she had previously, and she kind of thinks for a second. She goes, "Well, a lot of syndicate people, syndicate scumbags around the area. A a lot of slavers, for sure, traveling in groups. I'd be careful if you happen to be on the run from them, if you happen to be in bad relation to them. A lot of bad things happening up there right now. It's pretty active in Whitewake, more so than usual. I can tell you why, but other than that, not a whole lot to go off of.
What's the best way out of here?
Out of Whitewake or out of Syndicate territory into more
Well,
near the run?
both.
Passing out of Whitewake is probably either through one of the escort trains or along with a sled pulled out of here, which you have to be pretty keen at surviving the elements to do that, I'm afraid. So, I know some people if you need some assistance, but it comes with a pretty penny.
I'd pay a lot to get away from this outfit, so I'll keep that in mind.
Most people would.
And out of territory,
To leave Whitewake, it's quite a lot, but to leave fully out of Syndicate territory where you're relatively safe in free warden households or vestigial kingdoms. Not that they're much better, but I could probably take you on the first leg. I know some people that are akin to that, but from there, they would probably have to link you up and relay you to different spots, different places around the land. That could take months or weeks. It depends on the weather and depends the time, that kind of stuff.
are there many others like us around here?
In Whitewake, quite a few. Safe houses is in Whitewake. This one and one other is really the only one that I would know of. It's towards the slum area of the town. You'd have to ask around over there for it. Other than that, there's some Green Warden safe havens around, dotted around the area. What's your name?
Names are worth a lot right now, but I feel like I can trust you, and I know yours, so it's only fair.
You know
Kiname.
Kiname. You know my name, Kiname.
I do.
Hopefully for good reasons.
Good to me.
Well, if you wish to link up here to try to get yourself situated and out of here, I know a lot of your friends seem blissfully unaware of what the Syndicate can and will do to people.
Yes, I have no reason to not trust them, but I've got a lot of reason to trust them after seeing the way they act and treat others.
If you wish, I have a caravan that's in talks with me. They're about 5 strong right now. Plan to leave here in around a month. They are to Syndicate territory straight to the Presidial realms. It'd be probably a month or so travel, a month and a half from here outwards. It's not going to be easy, but it's probably your best shot at getting out of here.
I'm no stranger to hard travel, so I appreciate the gesture.
Here, take this. And she slides a coin over to you. She said, just put it in your pocket. And she says, whenever something happens or harm goes to you, I'll know if you carry this on you.
I appreciate it a lot. I know there's not too much reason to believe what I have to say, but I appreciate you for taking it as I say it.
Other than that, besides wanting to leave, are you willing to help with anything? We're quite low on supplies here. We need great help.
Let's see. I can help. I may have a way to get us get you some supplies, some wheat, salt, maybe some rations.
We're supposed to have some come in, some people that I know, but unfortunately I'm afraid that freight and that train is, from what I've heard, has been lost.
Well then, I think those same supplies will get to you if I can make it work.
Okay. That was okay.
And I will reach out my hand to shake.
Okay. She reaches out her as well, and she uncovers her glove. As she does, you see that her entire hand is frostbitten black, to where she's barely able to crinkle and move them. And she shakes it with you, and she goes, I'm trusting you with this. She applies your hand back on, and your hand gains full dexterity again.
And are you?
That's the only way. Stay careful.
You as well. As I'm leaving, I'll reach in my bag and pull out 5 gold coins and hand them to her.
Yes, thank you. Quite kind. Well, that's the only way. Good luck with everything. Best of luck to you and your friends on their endeavors as well. Remember, meet me here a week from today. That's when the next meeting will happen. And then, you know that today is the dead set middle of the week. So, a week from now, says whenever the sun begins to set, it's probably the best time to come here. Be here for a few hours maybe, discuss things. So, best of luck.
Again, I thank you.
It wouldn't hurt to collect gold as much as you can as well. The people that help are pretty tight about their money. They want pretty expensive to live here, so
I'll start stocking up.
best I'd say for the first leg, 150 gold per person to move. So best of luck with that. So I'm gonna get back to this guy. You guys over, and she begins to kind of look at the wound once more.
Okay, I'll walk out.
You make your way back over to Mo's.
Does it feel like enough time has passed to go back?
Yeah,
to
it's been a good bit. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back to Mo's then.
First, Yuki, as well as Calderon, you guys intern to Mo's as you guys are just finishing your meal and discussing with each other. Rowan, Emmerich, as well as Warag. And showing the 6th member sits down next to you guys. And look at this table. With a rush of newfound freedom, limited freedom, with eyes blissfully watching towards you throughout Whitewake, various goals set in mind, and we'll discuss the upcoming days. So if you guys would like to discuss real quick.
Well,
How'd it go with you guys?
I think we're gonna take. Well, it went good.
See,
a treatment
alright?
for me, but
The man's okay.
yes,
Wonderful.
we went ahead and shipped Yuki's letter out.
Awesome. Got it sent.
So, what info did you find about this?
So, our middleman and I here decided, well, talked to Mo, and we learned that despite dwarves and just their kind of lineage living underground, the Everfrost hit them pretty hard as well. A couple years before the Everfrost hit, Mo and his family, the Stonebeards, were raided pretty heavily during their sleep, and they were all cast out and had to come. That's why he made it here. They made it here a little bit, and he opened this place and all that. However, he lost his family, his parents and his wife, in the Everfrost the night it hit. And anyways, the few that he sent out today, the man that came with his leg cut off, he sent them to retrieve an ancient artifact, an ancient weapon of their lineage, an heirloom. If you look up at the top of the bar, you'll see that golden warhammer. That's one of them. And he sent these guys to try and find another one. Some kind of weapon. He didn't go into too much detail. Just said it was about 30 miles north, near Way Station 3. Probably a day or two's journey from here, I'd reckon. At least by foot. And try and uncover that weapon, that artifact, and bring it back here. He showed us the contract and what he did, and said he kind of felt sorry for him, the guys he'd sent. But all in all, he said he'd give us 600 gold, and whatever we found we could keep, aside from that artifact, of course. So, sort of Emmerich and I kind of sat down and decided we'd kind of discuss with you guys. Not really sure what everyone else is at, but I think it's been pretty clear to us that most of us have probably shared a little bit about it, a little bit about our lives, at least before, except one of us. You stay pretty quiet, Music Man. You play that fiddle pretty well, but I think before we make any decisions, I think we gotta be at least somewhat honest. You don't gotta share your entire life story, but I think we need to know a little bit about who you are before we even attempt to try and decide to make this decision to go on this adventure. Because for me, I could go back to the life I was living, and I'd be perfectly content with that. I have no desire, no unnecessary desire to leave the life that I had. But I'm also entertained by the possibility of adventure and switching up kind of what I had, and that gives me more of a possibility to figure out what's caused all of this, to uncover the snow blanket and see what's causing this to happen. Like I said, I was telling Emmerich, I don't think that this just happened because nature's hidden. I think something's causing it, but I don't know what at all.
I agree. Yeah, my life is pretty comfortable, but my job contracting to different groups really just ends up pissing off everyone. So I'd rather forge my own path. Hey, maybe along the way figure out who I was before the accident.
But if you don't like the man you were before the accident,
Then the old me's dead, and this is me now. But if he was a good man and he led a good life, I'd love to learn about him. Learn about relatives, family, friends. All of that I've left behind just from a workplace injury. I guess, if nothing else, I want closure. That's a loose end of my life that I don't have available. There's so many people out there who may have grudges against me or who may have loyalty to me, and I have no idea. All because of a stupid injury. But that also means I have no obligations to do anything, which is why I'm in on the contract.
Gorag will be happy to hear that.
Huh?
I'm joining you, buddy. I'm joining you guys. We're gonna find this heirloom.
Yay.
As of now, it's just you two that are for sure in.
Oh, interesting. Well, me and Gorag were unstoppable. You guys join us.
I'm living quite well right now. I have jobs I do.
I'm in the same boat. We saw whatever the fleshy giant is did to that man's leg. Don't even know how many of them there were. But potentially whatever it was could be spawn of whatever overthrew the dwarven kingdoms. And Mo told us that it was him and his entire lineage down there, and they came through and killed them in the night and scurried them off. Mo said he was lucky to be alive. So,
They were so close. I mean, it felt like that. I mean, they felt panicked from the leg injury, but they also felt they were just there, about to achieve their goal.
maybe,
I
but
think it's attainable.
they also
Nothing
said
else we
that,
can bring something back.
they also said that lots of them got taken.
It's true.
So, I mean, maybe it was a hard fight, and that's just kind of how it ended. But we don't know what's out there. I think we may have to uncover more information before we truly go. I mean, or we're walking into a death trap potentially.
Well, if I'm to go through with this, I will probably want strength in numbers. If it's just me and Gorag, I don't know about it. No offense, Gorag, but just like us two, do you think we can really? I don't know. I'm just unsure.
Gorag win.
That's great, buddy.
Well, I could use the money. I just ran out sending a letter off. But I still don't really know how to use this fire of mine. But if I could be of some help. And this church also seems to be talking about some fire use, so I might go there later to see if they can help me out at all.
I was going to bring that up too.
I think that's a great idea.
We could take full well advantage of their hospitality. Not in a manipulative way, but if they're offering food and warmth, we can prepare ourselves better for the journey ahead. Should we go through, of course.
That's true. I think we also have the funds to support ourselves at least for a little while. So
We've got
Yes.
this. Assuming we go through with
at
the
least for a
plans.
little while, and they can use their resources on those who need it more.
Yeah.
But I think it's great for us to put the little one here, and maybe he can go figure stuff out.
He needs it more than anyone else.
I agree. For sure. Maybe get him some clothes that fit.
Forgot about that. Oh, he is just dragging his clothes around.
Do you think this church could help one get stronger with their magic?
Did they seem like the magic initiate type of place?
They used fire. They kind of like what I
They
can
did
do.
use fire,
And they're called
you use fire.
Flame Creep. Keep
Kind of connecting some
Creed.
dots here.
Creed. So potentially, we might be able to help you in that regard. I'm not too keen on that kind of world, but it wouldn't hurt to ask. They seem like nice folk.
I think I'll check it out later.
I think that's not a bad idea.
Let me peer outside. What is the time looking like?
You kind of creep outside, and as you do, Stinley passes you on the way in. Except you goes up. Thanks again. And he pulls out a small envelope and he hands it to you. And he goes, "It's not the most, but I do thank you for helping my friend." So, he walks by. He makes his way over to the to Mo. He's talking with him at the bar, and they walk back towards his office. It's maybe 7 in the afternoon, I want to say. the sun is setting over the distant mountain range in the horizon, to where just small rays of it peer over from what you can see. For how terrible Whitewake is, the view whenever the sun is up and setting is beautiful. The sun rays kind of pierce down and leave little warmth that's left on wherever the rays may pierce, and kind of makes this abstract and jagged shape from the mountain range in the distance. The same one that you guys emerged out of just earlier in the day, or just earlier yesterday. It's around that time. And then you want to open the letter as well?
I'll give it to Yuki. Check this out.
Open the note.
Okay, so
I'm flipped upside down.
you grab it, you kind of adjust it, you tear the top part open, and you open it, and out spills just 3 gold pieces. The note says, "Sorry, it's all that I can muster right now. Let me know if you guys decide to continue our quest." At the bottom, it's signed Stenley and Windhammer. Stenley Windhammer.
Yuki, that's yours. This is where good deeds lead you.
Remember that.
What does this mean?
Oh, right. I read the contents of the letter to him. And Gorag, assuming.
It just, it just says, "Thank you guys for helping us. Sorry, this is all I can muster right now. If you decide to continue our quest, let me know. I may have some information to help." Signed, Stenley Windhammer.
Well, unless you have a house here, I think we should figure out lodging.
They have some rooms in the back here.
Sweet.
I'm sure we could stay here. We passed by some on the way to Mo's office quarters. But hey, I will say, if they're offering to help, that would be huge for us.
Would.
We do go through on this. I think it's time we. For me, I gotta address the elephant in the room. So, Music Man, the floor is yours. What you got? I need to hear something. Your name, something about you. Something truthful. You don't seem like a bad guy. I mean, you helped us fend off that owl bear we saw in the cave, but we just don't know much about you. But you seem to stick around us. Shared a room with you. So.
I apologize for the follow-up questions, but I'd like to ask each of you one. Who's your high command?
I guess I'll start that. For me, it's me, myself, and I. Whoever pays the highest.
Like him, I'm independent.
Independent?
Do you need to ask for the rock?
No, I caught up with him quite a while ago.
I'm a follower of Maliki. The mother of nature.
I'm just going where the road takes me right now.
Okay.
Trying to stay safe.
Well, I'm gonna look outside and look around, see if there are any watchful eyes or listening ears.
I mean, they're just the people kind of tightly packed and sitting down around fires as best as they can. One of the members of the Flames Creed kind of walking around, looking at some of the fires and blowing into them, and he kind of hands out a pamphlet as he does to each of the people there. And he passes by you and he smiles at you and kind of walks by. Other than that, no.
I'll step back in, and I apologize for all the secrecy. There's not many people who, well, don't like seeing me around, but there's enough to where I need to stay low. So, after this, I'd appreciate if Music Man is all I'm called. But here you go, and I'll take out my Ironward Syndicate guard identification card, pass it around.
Okay.
My name is Everfrost. I work for the Ironward Syndicate. I am currently an undercover operative.
No kidding.
Undercover for the syndicate?
Yes.
He's very. That's the. What part of the syndicate?
I'd prefer not to say. It's not as if it's bad business, it's just sketchy business.
What got you into this life?
A lot of small things. Parents being one, influencing friends being another.
You have to have
I'm
a
not.
clean trail to be undercover like that. That's honestly impressive, and I'm not surprised you were reluctant to tell us anything.
Well, again, I would appreciate it if this stayed on the down low. If it doesn't, more than likely I'll disappear and you won't hear from me again.
How can we ensure our safety being with you?
To be frank, you can't, but no one's recognized me yet, and I've been on a mission for months now. And so, I guess my track record's enough to show that more than likely I won't be seen with the wrong eyes. If I am, I'll be sure to get away from y'all and forget.
What's keeping you near us then?
Right now I need time to think about where I need to go next. And time's easier to come by when there are more people around you. Being by myself doesn't give me a lot of time to think.
So we're just some kind of shield for you?
At heart, yes. But I wouldn't sacrifice any of your lives before my own. Or at all, even. I'll put my word on that.
You know take Gorak back, correct?
No. I remember you. We talked. I have no quarrel with you.
Very well. I'm so
You know, maybe the best front for him is not taking you back.
If I weren't undercover, things could be different. But I am, so they aren't. But I promise, once my mission is over, on my life, I will forget.
Okay, so I think for the rest of us to have some ease, you don't have to go into full detail, but what is your mission exactly? In the simplest way possible, just give us a little bit of ease of mind. At least for us, putting our lives out there for you. Somewhat.
I understand.
If you're not comfortable, I think it's probably just best that we go our separate ways from now.
No. Just give me a moment.
Take all your time you need.
I'm gonna take out my violin and start playing just a calming melody. And I'm gonna move with the music almost as if I'm playing to myself. That'll go on for a minute. And then I'll set my violin down, clean off the strings a little bit. There are people, well, as with any government or power, there's something wrong with every single one, even the syndicate. people trying to topple us. I need to find these people. I don't have any duty to kill or capture. I'm more of an information broker. From what I've seen and heard from y'all, I don't need any information from the likes of you. Take that good or bad. But I'm sorry, that's as far as I will go with it. I'm not here to say the syndicate is perfect, it's far from it. But without a government or a structure, it'll be mass outrage, which will be much worse than what the syndicate could muster. Does that suffice?
So, why go back to the apothecary?
That was a separate matter. I had a hunch about the creature. I asked a few questions and dead end.
She was closer to finding Syndicate than she thought, I guess.
Yes, it was risky to go back, but I felt it necessary just to learn the area. I haven't been in this part in a long time.
I can't speak for everyone, but if your main mission doesn't necessarily put us in harm's way, or you aren't looking to extort us, or just, I guess as long as it doesn't interfere with your goals with us, I have no issue with it.
I'll keep my business strictly separate from relations with others.
Perhaps maybe I'm so willing is because I don't get the whole grasp of the situation since I've been conscious for a week, but what do we think, everyone?
Well, let me ask, are you interested in going on this sort of excursion with us at all?
To be frank, I doubt you all need me, and I doubt I need you all. But for the time being, it'd be beneficial to me to at least make a little money. I will help as much as I can. I'm good with medicines, so I can support as needed. I promise to be right there on the front lines with you as well. A shield is a little harsh of a word for what you all are, but more of a barrier. Right now I need time, and frankly this journey will give me plenty of it.
I take no issue with being a buffer. Again, as long as we're safe from any forces that we know nothing about, it's fine.
Well, I think truthfully, if we get down to it, I think it can be to our advantage at the same time. I don't know much about Syndicate. I was a member of the Assembly, no longer. However, I think just having an inside shot into the Syndicate is big in general. I think if we give you our barrier, maybe we can get information in return. And at least for us, Emmerich, learn more about this thing. I think it can be a two-way street.
I have a question though. A lot of undercover syndicate, they either work their way to that position or they're picked up off the street and trained. That's kind of a generalization, but which ballpark do you fall into?
I may be one of the few special cases. like I said earlier, my family were in deep with the syndicate. My friends, even those I tried to meet outside of the syndicate walls, they always seemed to point back there. So I was involved, but didn't work my way up, fortunately, because a lot of, I doubt I need to go into detail about what kind of life that is. I'd rather say I walked my way up. I met people who knew people, and got here. Why I picked this? At this point, I don't even know if I picked it for myself. But I'm here, and I plan to get out as soon as I'm done with it. Before anything's too late.
Well, I think we've done all the conversation we need. I guess we need to get to the meat of the situation. Who is full-heartedly in support of going on this journey to find the heirloom?
Gorag.
So we've established me and Gorag. Anyone else?
I'll go.
You'll go?
I need the money. And the time.
I must say, Emmerich, with your contract expiring, does that put you in trouble?
No, it's more it's a contract of the fact that the train is left, and it's due to my lateness being through unseen forces, lies on paperwork, and it's kind of was late. And then whether they will understand.
Well, if they're not so understanding, you do have the guarantee of this job.
Alright.
I would just say sleep on it. Put some thought into it.
I'm not the most adventurous type. The only reason I might join is I do technically have a life tattoo. My friend of brother.
The way I see it is you can work and work and work and then sustain a head injury that either kills you or wipes your memory.
I work and half of my body is ruined.
So you've seen just exactly where that gets you. I don't know why you're so compelled to continue on a beaten road when it's gotten you nothing but beaten up.
I love working the thing I do. She loves working the thing she does. No. All I do is work because what I've learned.
All I'm saying is your absence would be missed. Rowan, you seem deep in thought. What do you think? Are you in?
When you begin to ponder on this topic and think about the pros and cons of the venture the next day, a voice speaks through your mind. One familiar that of before. And it's commanding you to go with them and to accept this, no matter the cons.
I think if my father were here, he'd probably call me some names and make fun of the decision I'd make to give up a good life just for some good adventure. But I think with what I'm doing right now, there's not much on the other side of it. I think I can save people in the short term, get people from point A to point B, and just that's it. I think what this can do for me is help me to figure out what's on the other side of it. I think in the long term, this has better potential for me. I'm in.
Glad to hear it.
I'm in. And I think you guys need me. I have wisdom unparalleled. I know the routes. I know the weather. I think we can figure it out together. And I think we can go kill whatever this fleshy beast is and find ourselves a dwarven artifact. And make some money off it. And I think in the long term, we can figure stuff out about your injury, your freedom, where you can use that knowledge. Whoever's trying to bust down the syndicate and maybe try and work some kinks out of it as well. And with our little prodigy over here, I think we've got some potential, guys. And I think it starts now. But I think we got to be willing to work together, to listen to each other, to be able to take some criticism every now and then, and potentially give up your lives for the good of everyone who suffers in the Everfrost. I think we can really work together and try and uncover this out. I've got some kinks of my own that have got to be worked out. But past that, I think this could be the start of something special.
I'm glad to hear that. And you can always talk to us about whatever's troubling you.
In due time, my friend. In due time.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna have to think this over. I'm sorry, sir, but I need to talk to someone.
Okay.
About what time is it?
Probably 8 or so. I guess we've been here meeting for an hour or so.
Well, do we want to ask? First, I think I need to probably take a stroll, because I've been sitting here all day. Secondly, maybe get some rooms for the night. Do you need to go speak with someone tonight, Yuki, or just in the near future?
Early in the morning.
Alright. Well, if anyone wants, I'm just going to take a stroll outside and be happy to join me. Probably won't say much, I just need some fresh air. Maybe take a walk around the block. And I'll just kind of get up and push my chair in, kind of make my way outside.
Do I have my identification back?
Yo, I stole it.
Yeah, you have it now.
Okay, perfect. I'll hop up and join him at the door with my violin in hand.
So just you two outside? He's gonna walk around for a little bit. In this chilling wind, it's definitely a breath of fresh air to say the least.
I'm just going to have a produce flame now.
Okay. As you walk by with this flame, people look at you as you have the flame kind of out, and people that have either dampened or slightly unlit flames.
If I can, I'll just kind of light their campfires if they have stuff, just as we walk by. Not really saying anything, but just slowly.
Extend your hand out, and you begin lighting people's campfires. And you get to the very end of the road, and there's one left, and it's a small lantern. It's just one person kind of huddle around it. It's an older lady, and her hands are kind of exposed just a tad bit, kind of like shivering in the wind. She She looks towards you as you guys kind of walk by.
What's your name?
She has the old lady.
Yeah.
She kind of mutters. It's too quiet to hear. Just even the small distance between you guys.
I'm just gonna bend down and hand her 5 gold pieces and get you a room. Try and get somewhere warm than that.
She looks up at you and you kind of step away from your newfound friend, Music Man, for just a second. And as you reach down with your gold, she reaches out, she grabs your wrist, kind of brings you a little bit closer to her. Her voice comes back into your mind as you see her old wrinkled hand turns into this young, smooth-skinned, black-nailed, sharpened claw. She looks at you and she goes, "Mighty kind. Thank you for this. We'd have so much fun with you." She grabs the gold. Your hand kind of wrinkles back together. She stands up, grabs her lantern, and walks away. She said
all that.
Yeah, she said all that to your mind. You kind of saw her just like grab his hand and kind of move a little bit closer. Nothing later, it's not like that bad.
You're awfully kind.
That's how I was raised. That's what they teach in the assembly.
Good
And that's what my
upbringing.
father taught me. And my mother.
Sound like good people.
They try to be. And for the most part they are.
I want to say as odd as it sounds, I appreciate your skepticism. Bringing clarity to the group will definitely benefit everyone.
And I appreciate your willingness to share. I understand that you're in a position of secrecy. But for us to be able to get to know each other, it takes a little bit of truthfulness.
Right.
And I think you have to be willing to trust us to keep it a secret.
Which I do.
I don't plan to spoil your plans by any means.
Well, thank you.
And the wind kind of rises, and as it does, you
On the way back to the cabin.
on the way back you hear metal clinging against metal and rolling wheels behind you guys, and you turn around and you see 2 large white stallions with long hair kind of down on its face and covering its eyes and such. It has a brown winter coat on it with 2 riders on top of it. Behind it, it's drawn a cage, and you see from inside the cage there's various people that just have rags and robes on. You see 2 people walking by the cage, both with prodders. It's long spears, but instead of a metal sharpened spike at the end, it's small, kind of like meat mallet spikes. They kind of poke in, and anybody that's not responsive or moving, they poke in, jab into them, make them have a reaction to it, and they walk by.
Do they look affiliated? The stallion, the jabbers, do they look affiliated with anyone? Anyone that I would know, at least. Potentially.
Not really. They kind of look like city guard more than anything. None of them are kind of matching their similar insignia or anything. And then those on the inside don't look the friendliest, to say the least. So, from which you can infer, probably an escort of some sort.
Can I tell what direction they're heading?
Yeah, so they're heading the way that you guys are like leaving, and so you're leaving from the export yards. You're heading towards the export yards. Things go out of Whitewake. So you finish kind of meandering, unless you want to do anything during that small period. make your way back over to Moe's, and you guys kind of converge for a second. Decide to find rest for the night.
Let's get a room here.
Sounds good.
Just speak with Mo and said, "Oh, the rooms in the back. Unfortunately, those are the workers' rooms. Everybody that works here lives here. Unfortunately, it's also why it's pretty expensive to get in to pay them. So, the best I could do, recommendation-wise, is good last name Rory outside the inner walls, and other than that." Flames Creed Church always has openings for anybody. Rory's Rest is quite expensive, I must say. It's very nice, but you're the type that I want to spend a lot. Don't recommend going there. So. But, lovely lady.
A majority of us are interested in your deal.
You kind of more serious in this one.
We may be back in a couple days, maybe tomorrow. We'll keep you updated.
I would say that's fantastic. You just saw what happened last time. Be very careful out there, and if it seems dire, please, believe it.
We're gonna do what we can, though.
And I believe Stinley offered some help as well, so you may find him probably tomorrow. I know he's staying at Rory's tonight. I gave him his his friend Thaddeus some gold to stay there for the night after what happened to them. Take partial blame for that, unfortunately. So they're over there for the night. If you wish to talk with them tonight, they're there, but they'll probably be here tomorrow sometime before they leave. But thank you all for accepting this as you wish to do so. As you don't, I understand completely. I mean, making me a little bit excited, but I have to stay grounded as much as I can. And tomorrow, before you guys leave, I can grant you half before you leave and half whenever you return. That sways any of you, or if that.
It's much appreciated. We'll talk again, but we'll get out of here. Okay, find somewhere to stay.
Sounds good.
Gotta go to either the church or Rory's Rest. The church would give our little one a chance to maybe get to know somebody.
Little one's tired.
Yeah.
Rory's Rest is also quite expensive, is what Mo said.
I wonder how much it costs. But you're right, the connections that come with going to that church might be valuable.
I agree. Should we try and find it? Say we head towards it as fast as we can. I'm pretty cold and tired.
So you guys will make your way over to Flames Creek Church. You do your best as a group to kind of search around the area. As you all travel together, find one of the people of the Flames Creek Church walking around. You see he's making his way back over to the place. You kind of trail him for a bit. He makes his way to this brightly lit building. It's vastly different than the ones that are lined along the street from it. So if you guys were just on Moe's side, if you go past the actual railway yard, the import one that you guys left, and venture past it on the opposite side, towards more the western sides of the city, you'll find it. So you get there, and on the front it has this insignia on it, has this dragon's head. It's kind of bowing down, its mouth open, and you guys all kind of in and you look around, and as you do, there's a man that you met earlier, kind of grinned at you as you walked by originally before you got to Moe's. Looks at you guys and goes, "Oh, well, welcome in. This is you guys' first time here? Here to stay for the night?"
Yeah.
Alright. Well, my name is Surtesh. I'll help you guys today. It's the Dragonborn man from earlier. This time he has this more like a religious kind of robe on. It's this like crimson red from the shoulders downwards. It extends well to his feet, and he kind of walks around and you enter through the first room of the building. It's one's kind of shaped like a rectangle of sorts, and it has large chairs kind of lined up in a sermon or chapel in this kind of setting. And he goes, well, let's find a spot anywhere here on the floor. We're quite busy tonight, so it'll be quite warm for sure. As you guys walked in, it's very warm in here. There's flames that are adorned onto the walls that are behind this like steel cage that doesn't light the wooden building on fire. And there's maybe 4 dozen people about, all kind of finding a way to lay down. There's bundles of blankets and pillows strewn about on the different chairs and such. So there's a fun place to grab and rest for the night. And I would like everybody to leave but Grayson. Bye-bye, Nick.
Bye, Nick.
Hey, don't die.
Don't worry, I already died last time. I can't die again.
He came back once.
Watch me.
Move this over here. Okay. And so, Rowan, as the night consumes your drowsiness and you fall asleep, you kind of doze off the insides of the Flames Creek Church. You kind of wake up just a little bit, and you look around, and you're in a familiar place before. There's 3 other people that are quite young. You're a little bit smaller in stature at this point. You guys are all in the forest, waiting around a small campfire. So, one of them you recognize, Kellum. Yes. Well, the hunt has been difficult to say the least, but hey, we're fine for now. And the other 2 kind of shake their head agreeingly. So let's get this finished and done and make your way back safely. And all of them kind of look at each other and laugh at each other and look towards you, and they all stop laughing and they lock eyes with you. And you feel an arm kind of grab your shoulder, and you turn around, and as you do, your back is now against a tree. And you hear large footsteps, branches clearing in the distance. You hear a shout, "Oh God, somebody please help!" And you look over your shoulder, and one of the boys that were with you has his leg and ankle kind of caught in this hanging rope trap, strung high up into the trees. The other one next to him is trying to climb the tree and tries to find his way up to where the rope trap was set. And the one that's climbing goes, "Okay, I'm almost there. Please just be quiet." And Callum looks over at you, and you kind of look over your shoulder, and Callum grabs you and nods his head no. He motions over his right shoulder, and you see a large shadowy figure stepping towards the trapped view. It has a large, bulbous belly. It's carrying what looks to be a tree stump, or like the root of a tree in one hand, and it drags it towards the group. One of the boys also had a large yelp before this giant grabs him and kind of twists him around and looks down at him. And Kellum kind of looks over at you, and he motions to his hand motion to his mouth, a finger, in silence, and the screaming is cut short by snapping and crunching before various things hitting the ground. You hear rapid breathing as the other scout that was with you guys begins to quickly descend the tree, and you hear small footsteps sprinting in the distance, and you hear large footsteps picking up speed as the trees clear around him. He's supposed to be picked up. You turn around and meant to similar fate. Callum grabs you and kind of looks towards you, and as he does, he draws his hood back from over his head, and it's the face of your father. And he looks at you and he smiles, and he states over. No man left behind, right? We'll see how true that is tomorrow. And he pushes you backwards, and as he does, you jolt awake, and the first thing you kind of notice is that it's freezing, and you look up and you dart up, and you're outside in some alleyway. You're unsure if it's a dream or if it's reality. Your head is throbbing, and as it does, it kind of gains consciousness. And you look up and you see a shadowy image in the darkness of the alleyway. Steps towards you. It's hunched over, and you see from a little light emitting through a person's window. There's like a shop's window. A wrinkly hand reach out at you.
Gonna take a short sword and try and swing at it.
Okay. As you grab your short sword kind of out of your pocket, a hand tenses and grabs over your wrist. Go ahead and roll a strength check.
Just a check.
Yeah.
Roll this white. 17.
Okay. You're able to grab your short sword and you slash out at this figure. Go ahead and roll to hit it.
22.
22? Okay. You swing out, and you're able to cut the finger off of this elderly woman. And as she goes, "Ah!" and she kind of looks down, and her finger begins to slowly morph back into a smooth skin, has claws adorned on it. And she looks down at you. She goes, "You'll pay for that." And she looks at you, and her eyes kind of swell up, and red begins to kind of envelop around your vision. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Better. That's alright. Oh, it was so close. A 4.
4?
Yeah. So close to natural 20.
Throbbing comes back in you. You feel before what was hate towards this person. No more. Your mind's kind of cleared. She looks at you and she goes, "You'll all pay for that." And the hand that was kind of on your wrist now grabs into your shoulders. He whispers into your ear, and he goes, "There's much worse things in store for you." And he stands up, and they walk towards each other, and he goes, "Now go ahead and get some shut-eye." You, with the command, you stand up, and you walk back towards the Flames Creek Church. You go inside, and you see the various people kind of laying about. You go back over to your group, and you see all of them asleep. You lay down, and you begin to drift off once more. And that's where we'll end the session. So, let's look back at those that were previously there, from what you know, from what you can tell. Thank you everybody for watching. It's just the two of us right now, but I wish we could have more people out here. But it's quite late. It's going to be a rather long episode. If you stuck to the end, thank you all for watching.
Sure.
We'll have the various one-shots updated, announced, post all that kind of stuff soon. Once again, every Saturday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, Everfrost campaign will be up. Thank you all for watching.
See what happens next week.
And we'll see what happens.
Gosh.
Here we go.
Oh.
Thank you all for watching and goodbye.